Say it with your chest. One more time.
That's what it sounds like when the horns have bad Wi-Fi.
It was Swervy Lee, too busy over there being extra, getting geared up for SummerSlam, getting to get the SummerSlam size horns ready to go. Thanks a lot for that, whatever it was. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the No Pyro podcast. We are back in effect on Tuesday. This is the, what? We only got 2 more Tuesdays left in the month of August. So that means it's SummerSlam season. We are going to be live and geared up. This is a special episode hosted, of course, on SoundCloud. And you can find us on Apple Podcasts. And we are on YouTube. Like, follow, comment, share, subscribe. Click the button below. The man telling you how to listen and how to share is your boy, Total Mac, a.k.a. TBD Mac, a.k.a. Sick Flair, which, by the way, I haven't been sick since I've been working in an office. I've been at home. I haven't been sick. Tells you everything you need to know. I digress.
Your immune system sucks.
Anyway, Drew, I didn't hear that. Joining us, as always, is Swervy Lee, a.k.a. 2Sub Swerve, a.k.a. Swervy Amos, a.k.a. Swollen Pow, f.k.a. Yoko Tuna, a.k.a. don't put that on 3 minutes. 2:30 is enough. How you feeling? Okay. He can't hear me. I guess he's heating up his...
Oh, man, feeling good.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Ready?
was into knee-deep into your kid cuisine over there, man.
Ready for this? Oh, Dad, hold on a second.
Swervy Lee via satellite, not satellite.
Can you hear me now?
I feel like your side is brought to us by Stridex. What the hell's going on over there?
Well, yeah, I am experiencing issues right now with my connection, so you guys know how that is. But anyway, I'm feeling good, although my connection is not. But on to the
We're gonna
next.
pray for your connection, man. We're gonna pray for that. And the anchor, as always, No Chill Drew, aka EGB, aka the Applebee's Don, aka. I gotta hold up, Drew. Before you say anything, I gotta clap it up for consistency, man. Because we were ragging on you for a few weeks of the sound effects. You coming in here with Colt 45s, Mad Dogs, Red Bulls, RCs. Just like it's an extra like bit of crisp when you open these cans. So I'm assuming they're alcohol infused. They have to be.
No, they're just Mountain Dews.
Okay. Amps?
No, just normal.
Oh, okay. All right. How you feeling?
I mean, I'm alive. So, there's that. Hey, you know what's actually fun about that? I'll get to it after the introductions.
Okay. That's right, because we're not done. This is a super sized SummerSlam No Pyro podcast episode. That is right. We have one of 2 guests on with us right now. I don't even want to call him a guest. He's just like that cousin that comes over for Thanksgiving, eats, doesn't say shit to you and leaves. That's right, folks. You know him. Uwab Jeff in the building. How you doing, Uwab Jeff? What's good with you, man?
Hey, brought to you by Stacker 2 over here. I'm getting ready for the No Pyro Studios. You can find us at the Thunderdome. Wait, what? Oh, cease and desist? Okay, no Thunderdome. Got it. I'm doing all right, guys. I'm very happy to be here. Very happy to jump into the SummerSlam. As always, I am a goddamn professional. Even if I come to your Thanksgiving dinner and don't say shit, I'm still a professional. I watched SmackDown and Raw, and I fucking hate you guys for it. I cannot.
Boy.
Oh my god, the editing in this shit is ridiculous. It's like they're doing combos in Mortal Kombat. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4, camera 5, camera 6, and done. But I am excited to get started in here, guys. Thank you for having me on as always.
I mean, look, we had to do something special. I just want to say the sponsorships from this episode alone. We got Stacker 2. We got Stridex. This episode, in case you didn't know, is being brought to you live by 1-800-COLLECT. I mean, we're like one away. Like Slim Jim, you want to hit us up?
Hit me with that 10-10-220 money.
Oh, you son of a bitch! I was about to say it.
Oh man, we will have another guest joining us pretty soon. I'm pretty sure you guys know who the hell that is, but we'll wait until we get them on the line.
You know what he's doing? He's getting our last sponsor ready. JVC Boomboxes.
Yes, he is. Oh my god. No, he's actually on the phone with Flow Rider. Because you know what time it is.
Oh shit! It's not quite April yet.
Our house.
Flow Rider. Fucking Pitbull.
So, no chill. You had a story that you wanted to share, my friend?
Yeah. So, I took off work today because I had a driver instruction course. Your boy likes to speed, and this has been something that I've been supposed to take since March, and it keeps on getting pushed back because of what's in the air. I don't want to say its name or else YouTube will demonetize us, but they finally made me do it today, and I'm sitting there bored out of my mind going, I wonder if they'll notice if I start looking up dirt. And I just see in my little Zoom meeting thing, my eyes just keep on drifting down trying to look through articles, and I didn't catch a fucking thing they said for the last half of it. Thank God there wasn't a quiz, because I would have failed that motherfucker. But I did look up some good news, so the episode is saved. Silence. That's what this episode needs. Silence.
Well, we all know that you're just going to be going out speeding now because you didn't learn a damn thing in class. So
goddamn right. Might just drink a 42. That's what Steve Austin taught us.
That's the true lesson.
Don't put that on me.
So, Mac, I want to just get started with something real quick, if you don't mind. A little bit of branding story that I had with Swervy Lee here.
Probably sweeter for you. So, how's that been?
What was that?
You've been quarantining at home, or are you working from home?
Oh yeah, no, you guys. I know you guys are ready to not work from home. I could work from home all day long.
Me too.
Yeah, no problem. I got the mic set up. I do training, so I literally just make my schedule whatever I want it to, and it works out fantastic. But Swervy Lee reaches out to me. He goes, "Hey, how do you spell your name for the YouTube video?" And I go, "Well, I've been going by how Mac spelled it the first time. Oop Jeff. OOHOOOP." And one day I decided, you know what? I better look that up because I'm pretty sure I know what it is contextually. I was wrong. I was under the impression that, based on the context, that when you said I needed to bring my UOP to the fight in 10th grade, I thought it was some sort of bludgeoning weapon, maybe a club or something. But no.
Okay.
UOP with a W is straight up an Uzi. So Mac is endorsing me lighting my bully up back in 10th grade.
Yeah, known that already.
I did not. But based on context, I thought it was just a bludgeoning weapon, which for some reason I'm down for. But the second we got firearms, well, hold on, maybe that's not me. But the branding continues.
Bludgeoning, brother.
Yours is Uzi Vert. Ours is Uzi Jeff.
Just want to make sure the kids know that I'm not down with the Uzi, but moving on.
Shit happens.
It's kind of like with the last episode that we had where we had to look up, Drew being a glizzy god. The word glizzy is a Glock. It's a gun. Well, in some places in the world, a glizzy is a hot dog.
Yep.
Not a gun.
I'm going to be real with you guys. I do feel there's an uptick in Urban Dictionary searches listening to you guys.
They should be a fucking sponsor of ours.
We're here to help. We're here to help. So how has quarantine been different for you? Has anything changed in your life since the last time we talked with you?
No, we had our WrestleMania podcast, and that was right about when I was getting back to work, and I had just taken that time off beforehand, and honestly, nothing really has changed too much for me quarantine-wise, so I can't really complain.
Well, that's good. That's good. We got a lot to talk about today. Drew, I'm pretty sure you serving up a shovel of that dirt.
Yeah.
We got Raw, we got SmackDown. We got SummerSlam. We got to preview that, and then we got to kick things off with AEW. So, let's go ahead and do that. We'll wait for our guest to come on. He'll interject wherever we are, and we'll go from there.
Do we know when he's coming?
Before that, we normally hit our listeners off with some gaming news.
Yeah.
So, I just want to say, Drew, have you heard the news that the PS5 is claiming that it's a shower, but it's really not?
What do you mean it's a shower?
It's not a grower either. Can't handle 60 frames per second, bro. Allegedly.
I mean, honestly, what does that mean to me?
I forgot you're on a fucking 32-inch Hitachi. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to get an Xbox to play just Halo and go, wow, these Xbox 360's graphics are so good with the frame rate. I don't want to do
you
that.
Don't care about frame rate?
I care more about the variety of games.
Oh, my God. Sony's got you branded.
Oh my God, why would you want a variety of games? You could play Halo and Forza looks so good. Halo, kind of looks like it got on the wrong side of a time machine. But Forza looks so good, that's what you'd be playing all the time. Is that about right?
You got it, man. You got it. You're right. Can't wait until Spider-Man Miles.
By the way, that's the sound somebody makes when they're wrong. You're right.
Are you going to be day one on the Spider-Man or what?
I'm not going to be day one on the PS5.
Yeah.
That's tax return money right there.
Okay, my bad, pimp. I'm just saying, you're going to get an inferior console in that respect. Those rumors are true.
Well, it's kind of funny. You say it's inferior console, even though it is, going to probably sell higher.
I will admit, though, I feel like that's a crazy rumor because, like, the PS4 right now can handle 60 frames a second, depending on the game. Like, no problem. So why would they take such a hit? But I don't know enough about it. I'm not going to throw my hat in the ring. I don't even go the Xbox route of anything, really. Because for me, it's always going to be the games. But, I don't know technically the 60 frames per second claim, and what's going to happen on that end.
Well, we'll see. That's all I got for the game. I mean, nothing's been released. No price. Any predictions on the amount or when it's going to get released, or do we care?
I saw that there was a I'd have to look up the details here, but like maybe it was a Mountain Dew or Doritos contest where they were stating like, hey, you could win an Xbox, One Series X, whichever one it was, and they looked at the details of the rules, and they saw how much the grand prize was and divided it by how many prizes, and I think they were saying that shit is a clean $600. Now, whether that's viable or not, I guess we'll find out. But that sounds about right. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm not right. So much of them trying to undercut Sony.
I mean, that's. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, that's the thing is I think that they have the prices in their mind. They're just. I think that they're worried that Micro or Sony's going to come on and say 500 after they say 6. I definitely do feel that the Xbox can be 6. I can see PlayStation being 5 and the one that's digital only being like 4, just because of the fact that it's got less parts to it, so it's cheaper to make. I did, however, see that another Xbox exclusive game has been delayed. Did you see that?
What game is that?
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 has been delayed until 2021 as well. So that's that and Halo, were both games that were supposed to come out around 2020. So basically like launch titles that have been delayed.
Damn.
We're running out of months. Man, we're running out of months. Yeah. We're running out of months there. They better start giving me a price tag. I'm not buying it, but I need to know to watch everyone else go fight for it,
Yeah, we would have known by now, but I don't know what the hell they're doing, so. But enough of that. Drew, let's go ahead and kick things off with some Dynamite.
Okay. So I'm just pulling up the recap just to refresh myself. I did watch it over the weekend just because of the fact that, I don't really watch it live that often just because, I'm doing shit. But let's pull this up right now. By the way, I don't know if anyone saw this, but it is going to be, I believe, this Saturday is going to be Dynamite for this week. Is that
is true?
So no Dynamite tomorrow.
Nope.
Dynamite on Saturday.
Yes, because of the playoffs.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was because of SummerSlam.
Nope. It's the play. So they are competing with TakeOver for 1 hour.
Think they stand a chance ratings wise? Well, I don't know if you can really put those up against each other because of one being. Oh no, or is it on USA?
It's on USA.
It's going to be on USA, but here's the thing: WWE is playing dirty. They got a rat in the AEW locker room leaking shit.
Uh-oh.
It's MJF.
So we'll talk about that during Dirt. But
which speaking of MJF, Swerve, did you see on his Twitter where when he was the guy wearing one of the yellow security shirts for WWE and Goldberg came out and Goldberg pushes MJF into the wall as he's coming out for his entrance in the locker room area. MJF did that to another guy on Dynamite. I forgot when it was, maybe last week. I thought that was pretty sweet.
Well, it's not that sweet unless it was a WWE guy. Otherwise, you just shoot that air.
This fucking guy.
I'm just saying, maybe he will carry the torch, whoever he is.
Okay.
So this week's Dynamite was Tag Team Appreciation Night. And they start off with a tag team match. Evil Uno and I believe this is Jeff's favorite catchphrase. Stu, don't call me Dick Grayson.
Jesus Christ.
They take on the Young Bucks. JR has to be stopped. But so this match.
He just keeps going. And every fucking episode, I have to hear him say the same things over and over again. And it's like he knows that it's driving us nuts.
You know what he reminds me of? Have you ever seen that meme of like the older black dude sitting at a podium, like really proud of a joke? Like he has like that little smirk on his face, like when I tell a dad joke and people laugh, and he has like that little like smile. That's JR in my head. Anytime he says one of these one-liners, because he says it every week. And I imagine he says that, and he's just sitting there like, got him.
Yeah. He's snickering every goddamn time, looking at Shivani, going, "Get it, Tony? Get it? Get it?" It's funny.
I got him like, you need to get some of my goddamn barbecue sauce. So yeah, this was them against the Young Bucks, with the full Dark Order, up on ringside. They beat up the Young Bucks coming to the ring. This caused Nick Jackson to basically be in a handicap match the entire match, as Matt was injured. However,
it wasn't that long, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat him up to try and make it a handicap match. It wasn't long before all of a sudden, of course, he flew from the stage, jump on in.
And that allowed the Young Bucks to get a win. Here's the thing. If it's a handicap match for most of the match and they still fucking win, man, Dark Order just needs to go away. I mean, they're taking the worst L's, I swear to God. Like, they win, but when they lose hard.
Man, it pisses me off because I think Stu Grayson and Eva Uno are a fantastic character and team. I think they do really good work. And I remember, I'll never forget that first time I saw Eva Uno and Stu Grayson at Double or Nothing, and they were doing such a good job of telling a story of how their characters interact. And now to watch them be the butt of the joke on BTE every fucking week. Like, I get it. All right? And people apparently love this bit. And it's killing the Dark Order. Every time I think that they're actually making some sort of stand. Now, one of the things that happened recently, they started that the deadly draw or whatever with the women's tag team match. And one of them was that Anna Jay, who's part of the Dark Order. And they did that. That wasn't on Dynamite, but like, they came out with her as like a show of like support and how they're there, and they didn't do anything because obviously it's a women's tag match. You don't want anyone starting that fire up just yet. Looking at you, Nia Jax. But like, they do so good most of the time on Dynamite. They do a pretty good job of telling the story, but then they just fuck it up. With anything to do with Reynolds and Silver should go right out the window. They need to go. Every time I see them on BT, I go, you guys are literally killing any ground you're grabbing on Dynamite by being this joke every week. So I'm pretty pissed about this. I feel like it wasn't. I remember watching it thinking, oh, this is some good tag team matchup. But again, of course, the Golden Boys win, as they always do. And then, Uno goes to get hit by some fucking paper, I guess. I don't know. Moving on.
Hey, AEW guys, is the Dark Order, are they still doing those, Lost Soul vignettes or whatever you call them?
No, they haven't done that in a while.
Watch your mouth.
They're still like trying to recruit, I feel, and it's part of BTE mostly, but like they're not really putting any actual effort into it. The last time they recruited anyone, like I said, was that Anna J girl and then Colt Cabana, I guess. But he's not really recruited. Fucking bullshit. Whatever. They've been a roller coaster for me. Up and down is, what I've been feeling when it comes to the Dark Order.
Well, when have they been up?
So their vignettes turned from the Colt Join Us vignettes to Brody Lee just basically taking shots at Vince McMahon. Is really, anytime he gets the chance, he's Mr. Brody Lee, and he acts the way that everyone stereotypically puts Vince McMahon as. And at first, it's like, oh man, this is edgy, and then it's just like, dude, let it go.
Because Cody loves this shit. He's the one backing it, probably.
I mean, I actually don't mind if I take away the fact that it's a stereotype or a parody of Vince McMahon. I actually kind of like how Brody Lee is presented as the top dog, the mob boss almost of this cult. But like you said, if you just look at it at the fact of, oh, it's just literally him just taking shots, I try not to look at it like that because then it sours the taste again,
Yeah.
Do they have DO t-shirts?
What shirts?
I'm sorry, what kind of t-shirts?
DO, Dark Order.
I don't think so.
Good job,
I mean,
I
if
swear.
they want to get this faction pumping, they're gonna have to, start making some moves. They need two guys to invade, and then bring a third guy in.
You know what I
That's
hate
the
about?
WWE way, man.
I was gonna say
I'm
They're not
maybe.
gonna do that.
So I'm kind of mad that they don't actually sell the masks, because I think that that's a great marketing opportunity that they're kind of like letting go by the wayside. That they don't sell people the masks. Can you imagine going to a show and seeing people in Dark Order masks? Like, that would add to the illusion of them being a cult.
Yeah, I guess.
Is it COVID safe mask? Because I haven't seen it.
No, not at all. It's actually anti-COVID safe. It's literally just the mouth and the eyes open for all the COVID exposure.
If you're an anti-masker,
that's what they should do.
That's the mask for you.
Idea.
All right. Did you want to go on to the next segment, or did you have anything else?
Before we do, do you guys think Vince will use an angle of a wrestler being an anti-masker coming up soon? So I think it's coming. Why not?
I mean, he's already using Antifa. I can't imagine why he wouldn't.
That's just free real estate. That's just free real estate, guys. That's.
I mean, he is the anti-masker.
He already did that when the one guy said that if you're a real WWE fan, you wouldn't wear a mask. There you go.
That was like his senior producer, Kevin Dunn. Like, that's like pretty much right below Vince. It's just like, yeah, if you're a real fan, you won't be showing up with a mask. Yeah, like, all of our employees have COVID. Oh, fuck. Our main event has to be Sasha Banks against Funaki.
Those are the only two that are clean.
They're the only two who can wrestle.
Yo, just so we're clear.
Funaki's on the fence.
I want to be clear about this. I'd watch the shit out of that match.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Funaki versus Sasha Banks.
The Boss against SmackDown #1 announcer.
Give Funaki his flowers, man. That man's a legend.
How is he not in the Hall of Fame yet?
I don't know, man. His ducats ain't in order.
The next thing that we had was MJF's address. He came out to the ring, basically talked more shit to Jon Moxley, said Jon Moxley doesn't care about anyone here. If he did, he'd be here, but he's not because, he's a bitch. And then Moxley's music starts playing, so he sends all of his people to all the entryways in the audience where he could come from. Moxley comes from the main entrance, comes down, beats him down, and then gets out of there before his guys can come back to the ring. Jeff, I know that you had some issues with this.
So there's some good things about this promo. Everything that MJF has been doing, I thought, has been fantastic up until now. One of the coolest parts about this promo was at one point in time, he said he was going to get more comfortable for Jon Moxley, so he lays down on the mat and the camera comes in from the top. He goes, "Is this a better look for you? Because I know you're used to this, being on the mat, looking up at the lights." And I'm like, all right, that's a little different. I like that. However, I don't know how I feel because, personally, I want MJF to win the title. I really think that he would be a great star to be the first, actual AEW champion and not just WWE cast-off. But every week that he acts scared of Jon Moxley, I feel like I'm losing that chance. And, for me, I understand the idea of the terrified heel, but I feel like there needs to be a little bite in there and not just him sending his goons out to go cover the entrances. He needs to be able to try and fight back a little bit and then get his ass handed to him. But either way, I like what they're doing with it. I don't know if they're going to give him the title or not. I really wish they would, because I think he could really, really turn things around in this no crowd. there's a little bit of crowd going on, by the way. I don't know. We didn't mention that, but there was actually like 1 or 2 sections full of people at this Dynamite. I don't know if they're all
100 fans in.
100 fans? Jesus. Okay. Were they like friends of the family or something like that?
No,
or
they were fans, but I will say AEW took super precaution, basically advised every fan, listen, we're watching. If you break any guidelines, any COVID guidelines, you're out.
And that's good. That's what they need.
They did let families sit together, so the sections did look kind of full because you had families come in who were sitting together. But yeah, for the most part, everyone had to keep their mask on at all times. They had people basically just watching at all times. Like, if you take your mask off for any reason, other than maybe to get a sip of drink or something, you're out. But they made sure that like each party was like 6 feet apart.
I think that now that they're having a little bit of fans, and if they can keep this up, I think an MJF title reign now would be the final. Like, finally, we could start kicking off wrestling again, and not this kind of dance around bullshit that we've been doing since COVID started. No one wants to show their cards. No one wants to blow their load while there's no crowd. And I think now, if we're getting a little bit of crowd going on, maybe this could be the kickstart of something that actually, wrestling's back for real, and we're not just bullshitting each other. But,
by the way, when you mentioned blowing your load, one wrestling insider called it pulling a Drew McIntyre.
Oh, ooh. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. Like I said, I think if they end up giving it to Max, I think that would be fantastic. I wouldn't be surprised if, and I think Drew, you mentioned this last time, or one of the other times, that like if he does lose, he'll lose by DQ or something like that, where he won't get a loss on his record, because I think he's the only undefeated singles left, unless Moxley is. But I think he took a loss at some point in time. But either way, you get what I'm saying here. I kind of hope that they give him the title belt. I don't think they will, though, because I'm a little worried that they're not ready to pull that trigger yet either.
So I feel like what might happen, and a way for them to do it storyline purposes, is Moxley will get the win, and MJF will blame Wardlow for like the loss. Like, you didn't get me this win. And this might push Wardlow to maybe a babyface there, where he's now turning on MJF.
Swerve Elite, what are your feelings of a babyface Wardlow? Because I'm laughing over here at the idea of it.
I would throw up in my mouth.
Really?
A babyface Wardlow? Are you kidding me? He didn't even come into his full heel powers yet. I don't want to see that. No, I'm not here for that.
He's only wrestled like 6 times total, and he's pretty fantastic to watch wrestling. So that's fucking terrible. I hope you're wrong.
They have to take the Deacon Batista route with him. They cannot just turn him babyface right away.
Did I just unite the world together in one solid cause of keeping Wardlow heel?
Hey, listen, I think me and Swerve, we can all agree about every once in a while, whenever Wardlow's in action, I shoot him a quick text message. Yo, Wardlow's coming up this week.
Wardlow.
We have another one of our guest hosts who have joined the podcast.
A new challenger approaches.
I'm not sure if he actually came. There he is. Avi, the avid listener. Total Max on mute, so I'm assuming he has stepped away. So, do you just want to say hello to everyone, Avi?
I was attacked in the back by the Retribution.
God damn it!
Sounds like they attacked your equipment.
They told me it was enough, and it was time for a change.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I said, I am not a nugget.
Oh, he's bridging the gap.
He's a Blackheart.
Blackheart, damn it.
So we just addressed the MJF promo from Dynamite. Did you have any takes on it?
I did not actually get to watch Dynamite this past week.
Oh!
Who are you?
You know what's funny is we thought about waiting just for you, Abby, and you have let us down.
And you pull this.
For shame.
It's a sore subject.
Hey,
man?
Can you boot him from the call? Or
yeah, let me block.
I think Retribution needs to finish the job now.
We're gonna bury you like Triple H circa 2003, actually.
You don't really mean it.
So, Abby, what do you feel about the idea? Do you think that MJF is going to get the title? Yes or no?
I was firmly in the crowd of yes, he should get it, but I think there needs to be a crowd. I think that Mox should just keep carrying this for the time
But
being.
They now have this episode of Dynamite had 100 fans in the crowd. Do they take that as enough to pull the trigger, or do you think that's not enough?
They sit so far away. Like if you're watching, they sit so far away. It's like, sitting in the nosebleeds and saying that you're at a live show that's a mile away from you.
And they probably paid premium dollars too for that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think you guys have brought this up on a couple episodes now, but like, we don't know when this is going away. I think it's time for both companies to stop dicking around, and someone needs to start putting on some real entertainment. And they need to know that their fans are there or they're not. I think AEW's ratings have been steady. They've been doing a pretty good job. I think they've done a great job with the reactions of their wrestling people around the ring. And then now they got, even though it's 100 people and they're out in the nosebleeds, it's still better than nothing. I think it's time for them to start actually pulling some weight around here and doing something around here, because otherwise we're all watching this watered down product in all aspects of it.
And I'm still
Mox the COVID champion. That's what
I'm
he
still
is.
very hopeful. I am not returning my tickets. I am hanging on to those things, and I'm not letting them go. It's still real to me, damn it.
What section were those again, Abby?
Not nosebleed. Second from the floor, whatever it's called.
Oh, we might.
wow.
Hey, no chill. We might have to work something out with this gentleman if it doesn't work out.
We still have tickets.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
You have till September to claim your refund.
Oh, really? Fuck
Yeah.
you guys. I should have right up until the day that you tell me it's not going to be November, because that's exactly what's going to happen.
I'm just
Somebody
hoping.
doesn't sound hopeful.
So
listen, I want to be helpful, but I don't believe that we're going in November. I'd love to go. Don't get me wrong. I'm super excited to go. I don't think we're going in November. I think we're doing the full year turnaround, and we're going to be on the same exact day in March that we were supposed to do in 2020.
And then Brody Lee makes his first ever appearance at that show.
Yeah, they bring in the drone and everything. Hey, bring in Matt Hardy again. Let's pretend it never happened. It was all a dream.
I still pretend it never happened. So you mentioned AEW's ratings. I think I mentioned this to you just like in personal time, but well, pause. But AEW.
Not like that, Drew. We got the COVID going on.
AEW has been in the top 10 of cable channels for the past 7 weeks. Cable channel programs, rather, for the past 7 weeks. Also, this past Dynamite, they had a huge increase in a demographic you really don't see in pro wrestling, and that's 18 to 34 women.
Oh.
It's all well and good until next week's schedule F-ups start showing up.
You mean the Saturday Dynamite?
Oh yeah, it is already. Yeah, it's already started. It's going to drop like a rock.
Yeah, because people don't know when to tune in. It's not like they have a set. Okay, we're just on Saturdays. The one is Saturday. The one is Saturday after the playoff game. One is like Wednesday after the playoff game. So it's like nobody really knows when to actually tune in.
It's easy to tune in. All you have to do is follow Tony Khan on Twitter. Oh, you don't do that? Oh, well, I guess you're fucked.
Well, I guess like jogging in the middle of fall, tough titties.
Yeah.
Next match we had was Cody defending the TNT Championship against Scorpio Sky. I thought this was a good match. It's another.
That should have been a good one. I didn't watch it though.
Yeah, it was another Cody match where you're gonna get a lot of near falls, a lot of Cody helping, trying to make somebody look good, but at the end he gets the win.
Well, I feel like Scorpio Sky does not need his help looking good, and I think he proved that in this match. There was a little bit of disrespect going on. Scorpio Sky, he came out to his own music, by the way.
That's something I wanted to bring up.
Yep.
Where did you buy into him not coming out to the SCU music, but instead his own Scorpio Sky music?
Yeah. It's singles run time, baby. He's going. I don't know if he's breaking off from them permanently, but I did see, as soon as I heard that music, I go, oh, SCU. I guess they're not going for no tag titles anytime soon.
Well,
SCU later.
Is that something that he's always had since they debuted, or no?
No, not once on Dynamite.
SCU.
I don't know if Dark has it, but then again, fuck Dark. I'm not watching that.
So, when was the first time you heard his singles music?
This week.
This past Dynamite.
Yep.
Oh, this was the first time you ever heard it, so you didn't know what it was.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Buying into the fact that he came out to his own individual solo music.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And at one point in time during the match, like he I don't know how Cody ended up getting thrown out the match or out of the ring. He went to go help him, he opens the ropes for him, and as a sign of respect. But as soon as Cody gets up there, he closes the ropes and fucks off. Cody did the same thing to him, and then Scorpio went around the ring to get up the other way. Like, I like a little bit of that heel flavor in some of these people who have always been baby faces over here. Like, they do the same thing with Young Bucks. Young Bucks have done some shit that you're like, whoa, hold on a second. Like, don't forget he tore off the mask of Pentagon Jr. That's some heel shit right there. Every once in a while they mix that in there to remind you that it's not 100% baby face, and I kind of like that. It's a little bit more organic that way, and I feel like we're gearing maybe towards, and I feel like each TNT championship that he has defended, each time he's showing a little bit more heel, and I'm kind of hoping that this is going to be like he loses the title and he turns into a heel because he's a huge asshole now. But I think they might be saving that.
But Jeff, who should I cheer and who should I boo?
Who gives a shit? Who do you want to cheer? I never understood that. Like, I don't need to be baby food fed who I'm cheering for, especially in something like this. You cheer for who you want to fucking cheer for.
So this goes back to when they were in New Japan in Bullet Club. Because in Bullet Club in Japan, they were heels, like straight up heels. And then when they would come over to America to do the Ring of Honor shows or a New Japan American show, they were cheered like they were baby faces. Even though they were doing the exact same shit, they were getting cheered because here, they were the cool heels. So it's like, why do we have to fit a certain mold? Why can't we do some shit that makes you go, wow, like Hangman Page is your friend and you literally just did your finisher on the ramp, but we're still cheering you. Like, I like that. I know Jim Cornette probably had an aneurysm watching it, but he might not have been watching. He might have been trying to get some young up and comer to bang his wife. Who knows?
Hey, this is Jim Cornette here.
Here's what I want. I want you to come into my house. I want you to fuck my wife.
And if not, I'll cut your goddamn throat.
Just like K Omega. And then I'm gonna go to Wendy's. I'm gonna get my cheeseburgers. God damn it. You ever see the video?
Except for Vince Russo.
For those of you who have never seen the video, you got to go on YouTube and look at Jim Cornette's Wendy's drive-thru rant. Back when he owned Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and they thought he was like bullshitting them with his huge order, and he got to the window and like, oh, we thought you were kidding. He's like, motherfucker, you thought I was kidding? What the fuck? We've been driving for 50 goddamn miles. The fuck make my goddamn food? And he's getting out of the van. And he's like yelling at the woman, and like Chris Jericho's in the back, like, yeah, you fucking slob, make our food. Just egging him on. Oh man, you gotta watch this shit. It's fucking hilarious. He just goes off about Wendy's.
Avi, how you feeling about the TNT and Cody and Scorpio Sky in general?
So Cody is most definitely a very slow heel turn. They keep, like you keep saying, they keep sneaking in little bits in his matches where he might low blow somebody in the match. He might
like smash their arm on a post or something, you know.
Yeah, or he might hang on to he might put a hold on him on the ropes just that much longer until the ref has to pull him off. So they're slow building it. You can even see, like, sometimes he'll, because Arn Anderson has his playbook, he'll go against Arn's tactics in his match. So, he's not doing what the coach is telling him, and it's definitely a slow burn story going on there.
Who was the
When
payoff?
will that happen? What's the payoff?
Yeah,
to elevate somebody else to take the title off of him.
Yeah, but who's the payoff against? I guess I have to say. Who do you think it could be?
I haven't really thought about it because, especially with him having the open challenge, he's done a good job of like showing people what other people can do and kind of boosting that TNT championship. So really, I don't think there could be anyone that's 100% going to be a shoo-in. From what I understand, after Cody took the win, all right, I know, here comes a laugh. Ready? Brody Lee said that he challenges him on Saturday for the TNT Challenge Championship, and he did like a little challenge on the Jumbotron. And it's just like, bro, we watched you lose a couple weeks ago against Moxley. I guess, sure, why not? Like, I don't want it to be him personally, but it could be.
You know what?
It could be anyone.
All jokes aside, if the Dark Order is to be taken seriously, Brody Lee needs to win something.
Agreed.
Or get a new leader.
It's gonna look odd for him to lose 2 title matches within a few months.
And then he has to be like that is the heel stable. Like they are like infecting other storylines all the time. So like for him to lose it, that'll suck. I also mentioned this to Drew. I wonder, I think the big payoff would be if like Dark Order gets Kenny Omega and turn him heel and put him in the team or some bullshit like that. Now that would be something that would actually start moving the gears, start actually going in the right direction.
I almost feel like Dark Order is turning into like the bad guys of an 80s cartoon TV show.
Oh yeah. The fucking Skeletor over there. I'll get you, E-Man!
They're always they're always at the end of the show. They always were thwarted from, winning. I'll get you next time.
Plan got foiled.
Fucking Rita Repulsa in here. I'll get you, Rangers.
You know what? If you could pull that off successfully in wrestling, I would applaud that. I don't know who's ever really tried to do it.
I wonder if that's why they've been playing it up on those BTE segments with that shit. But like, I don't know. It's so 50-50 on that end. But I think
that might be Baron Corbin actually.
With the stupid little fucking staff or sector too.
Listen, man. Let me just clear the air for a second. In case you didn't know, any Nia Jax, Uop, or any Baron Corbin slander, swervy, will not, emphasis on will not be tolerated on this podcast.
You're not going to tolerate what I have in store for Raw.
I'm sorry. Yeah, did you watch Raw? Because I watched Raw.
Yeah, I didn't watch.
Back.
I mean, everything is subject to change, bro. It's wrestling. Come on now.
Back to your original question, Sorby. Honestly, I haven't really thought too hard on it. But when they do take the TNT championship, and if they do pull a heel turn on him, it's got to be someone real good. And I don't think they're going to be able to do it with like an indie person. Like, as much as I've enjoyed the indie matches that he had, bringing these guys in, showing them off, like that Warhorse guy, that Ricky Starks, it can't be one of those guys. It's got to be someone in the team that's already been there and really have an impact. And I don't know who would be able to pull that off.
Okay,
Brian? Go ahead.
Well, let me ask first. So with the show on Saturday, anybody really think that Cody's not walking out TNT Championship?
I mean, I feel a little bit more. Let me put it this way. I knew for a fact that Scorpio Sky wasn't winning. No, that's a lie. I kind of wanted him to win it because I thought that would have been a nice change of pace. But then again, how you kind of feel for sure Cody's walking out of there with the championship? I feel a little less that way, but I still don't think it's going to be Brody Lee walking out of there with that belt.
Okay.
Abby, who do you think would be a good candidate to strip that TNT belt off?
Man, I think it's going to be a while. Like, there's so many candidates. Like, you could see at some point, like, Sammy winning it, like his first stepping stone.
How does it feel of a match?
What's that?
Yeah.
Mac?
We lose Mac?
Yep. I'm here.
What did you say? We didn't hear a word you said.
Oh, I was going to say, I mean, two things. One, I definitely think it has a big fight feel match to it. No question. But I just don't think Brody Lee's going to win this match. I don't know. Well, walk away with the belt. He may win it by way of DQ. I don't know. But I just think the next TNT champion will be somebody who AEW says, or even better, somebody that Cody is hand-picking himself as the next great wrestler. Not just in AEW, but in wrestling. That's what I feel like, because he's the Vince McMahon. He's the booker. He's the guy calling the shots. He's the one making the matches. It has to be somebody who transcends AEW as a whole. I just don't think that that's Brody Lee.
That only leaves one person.
And who would that be?
He is freshly squeezed.
God damn it! I was just gonna say.
I mean,
I wouldn't
give us a little bit.
I wouldn't hate that, because at the very least, as much as I enjoy his feud with Jericho, which we'll be getting later on, it's time for him to get off of that, and I wouldn't mind him going for something like that championship. He's obviously got a couple wins under his belt now. Maybe it's good enough to qualify, because who the fuck knows how the qualifications for the TNT goes?
He has the popularity.
For sure.
You want somebody who can draw eyes to your content. And Cody, to be honest, I mean, I don't know how many times if I could watch if I would watch his championship match just because I know where they're going to go. But if Orange Cassidy had it, it might feel a little different.
Very different.
I want to bring something up real quick, and I know this wasn't brought up before. When Cody fought Sonny Kiss, I know, Swerve, I know, Concrete Rose.
I was trying to go show about that.
When Cody fought Sonny Kiss, I was actually watching it going, wow, this is actually a really good show. And I saw Sonny Kiss, he was put in a crossroads, and before Cody pulled it off, he reversed that shit and put him in the crossroads. Fucking slammed Cody down in the mat in a crossroads. And I remember, I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't think I would ever pop to a Sonny Kiss match. Pause. But I popped. I popped pretty good on
Sonny Kiss is your favorite AEW superstar, bro. Come on, we all know that.
Nah. But I thought that was well done, man. I could watch someone counter a crossroads into a crossroads anytime. I didn't expect that I wanted it as bad as I did, and when I saw it, I'm like, that's good. That was really good.
Okay. Let's move on to the next segment. That is Jurassic Express taking on Adam Page and Kenny Omega for the tag titles. This was another one of those matches that were pretty good. I mean, it was a lot of what we've seen from both teams. I will say that my one of my favorite parts was Luchasaurus going to the camera and saying, "Oh, I waited 65 million years, Mom, but I finally got a titles match." And Taz going, "Damn, 65 million years. Jared, did you call his first match?"
Yeah, you could tell JR was pissed about that. He kept calling him a smartass after that. I loved it. I love Taz on standard commentary. I know him. He's crushing it, and I'm glad that he got rid of that other guy. You know, we don't talk about him, but and I hope he stays.
Are we talking about Alex Marvez?
No, fuck that guy.
Yeah, right. He's been excommunicated.
Yeah,
while I have
excommunicated
the mic for a
Excalibur.
I mean, the guy that's coming back tomorrow or this week.
No, fuck no, right?
He's back.
Oh, damn it. You know, I really like Taz on commentary. No, fuck Marvez. He's talking about Excalibur.
I got a question for you guys. Is Taz still Brian Cage's manager?
Yes.
Is he still defending that, or does he even have that FTW belt, or is he defending it, or what's going on with that?
He is actually going to be defending it. I forgot who's challenging, but yes, he is going to be defending it.
Defending the FTW. It's a real belt? No, you can't do that.
Yeah, he's going to defend it, I think, on Dark.
Jeez. Oh.
It's probably the only place that AEW will officially sanction and say he's defending it.
So I brought this up to Drew. I love Taz on commentary because you know that they told him, hey, listen, you're Brian Cage's manager. I want you to be a heel commentator. And he's so Jekyll and Hyde literally every time he's on the mic because he's trying to call it down the middle, but he's also trying to be that standard heel commentator. I was cracking up this week because they start showing what's going to be happening on Saturday. And they get to a point where they're showing Darby Allin. And I swear to God, word for word, this is how he played it. Oh, yeah, looking forward to Saturday when we got Darby Allin here. Really looking forward to that because I can't stand that guy. And it's like, what? Are you okay, Taz? What's going on over there?
But then the rest of it is just like even keel. Like, yeah, we got some women's matches going on. That's great. We got some, ham and eggs. That's great. Darby Allin, fuck that guy.
We got a lot of good stuff. It's halfway through his sentence, you realize that he's supposed to be shitting on Darby Allin because of the feud that's been going on. And he didn't realize until halfway through. He literally said, that's something I'm looking forward to on Saturday. And then you hear the switch, because I can't stand that guy. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He'll be like, wow, Darby. Darby Allin, he's such a technical wrestler. He's got a solid background and submissions and this and that. And I can't wait to crush his face at the end of the show tonight.
You swear he just got a text message that he was fucking his wife.
Oh, God. How much do you guys think that AEW is, I don't know, kind of like winging it when it comes to commentary?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Their fucking commentary team, they get very little, on their end. And it just feels better. Like, I heard Taz say when Luchasaurus did a spin kick, and they're like, he calls that move the spinning lizard. Taz did not wait a second to go, haha, that was happening on my honeymoon, but whatever.
Yeah, they gone on record saying that they don't have people in their ear that much.
Well, Vince will be screaming at his commentators, so that's probably a breath of fresh air for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. While we're on this match, I want to ask you guys. I got a question for your head tops. The tag team match. Paige and Heyman are the only two that I'm really concerned with, though. Does the best wrestler in AEW exist in this match?
Like, as far is he in that match?
Jungle Jack Perry?
Right.
Motherfucker.
You said in the match.
I mean, I think that Kenny Omega is probably one of the better wrestlers in AEW as far as his star power. I think that personally, I feel that he's lost a step since he won the IWGP Heavyweight.
Let me clarify. We got a battle with the brands. Vince tells Cody, I got my best. Cody, you give me your best. Cody's not wrestling. Who is he putting on the front line?
I think it's Kenny Omega.
I think it's Kenny Omega versus Pac.
Who said Pac?
I did. He's desperately needed right now.
Yeah, well, apparently not.
Well, he can't wrestle. That's the problem.
He can't get over.
Yeah.
He's in England.
Not physically over. It's not that he can't get over the crowd. He can't physically get over the pond.
The ocean, yeah.
It's another reason why Pentagon and what's his face Phoenix have been so sparse, is because getting over the Mexican border has been pretty hectic and pretty hard to do.
Has that did that Funkadactyl girl come out this week?
She is on the YouTube show.
Yeah,
she
she's
is on
on-
that tournament.
Which one was the Funkadactyl again, Drew?
Arian Andrews.
Oh,
she
yeah.
was. She was what's her face Naomi's tag team partner when they were the Funkadactyls.
Oof. I will say this, that during this match, Kenny Omega did take a chance to slap Marco Stunt a couple times, kind of like hinting towards a little bit more of that heel turn that he's almost kind of going for. I think if he were to turn heel, it would be probably the best thing to happen to AEW, because then you'd have a heel that you actually cared about.
And he needs to be the cleaner.
I mean, I don't know about that, because I understand that the cleaner was a big thing for the Japanese crowd and everything like that. But if you continue to just keep hitting your greatest hits, you're not going to innovate. So,
but the thing
not
is, I think they were hinting at he needs to bring back that attitude.
Yeah,
where in AEW he's kind of just like, hey, I'm with my friends, fuck it. Where in AEW or in New Japan he had like that edge to him, that kind of like, I want to be, literally the best in the world. And once he won his world title, it's almost like in his own head, like in real life, his own head, he's like, all right, I did it. Like from this point on, I'm just having fun.
Yeah, but now you got a company that you got to help get over. So I think he needs to change. I think he does need to, do that heel turn. But if he just does it like literally a carbon copy of what he was doing in Japan, they've already did that cut a couple times on BTE and on Dynamite. Like, hey, we need the cleaner, Kenny. And it's like, it's not going to hit as well if you're just literally doing the same fucking chapter over again. However, when you look at the other company, they handle that no problem all the time. So whatever.
Honestly, they should really, if they wanted to book it right, they should maybe ask Chris Jericho to book that, because he's a guy who's really reinvented himself every 6 months. He's come up with a new persona, a new look. And I mean, quite honestly, he even said in an interview, when people come up to him and call him Y2J, he's almost insulted. He's like, dude, that was 10 years ago. Like, if you're not getting back, I'm literally a different character. Like, that's like 10 characters ago.
Side question, Drew, is the Painmaker almost like a clown to you?
What do you mean?
His Painmaker persona in New Japan, I can't take it seriously.
Oh, when he actually comes out with the face paint on?
Yeah.
I think that he just did that as like a look, like just to see how it looks. I don't like it. I really don't like it at all, but to each their own.
Look that up, Swerve.
Haymaker?
Painmaker. Go look at his paint.
I know he said the original reason he did it was because he, I think, attacked Naito originally under a mask, and he put the black paint on, and he's like, not to sound racist. And whenever somebody says that, they're about to do racist shit. He's like, a lot of Japanese people have smaller eyes. And I felt that if I was wearing this mask without, with just my normal eyes, they'd be like, this guy doesn't seem like us. So he painted his eyes to make him look smaller, even though he's like 6'7" in Japan.
Here it comes.
So Jericho's canceled.
I guess to answer your question,
I love it.
I guess to answer your question, I think it is Omega if you were to put it up as best wrestler. Best character, however, it's probably going to have to go to Orange right now.
Yeah, definitely is Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, if you're looking
Cassidy, the problem.
if you look for like the best pop from the crowd and just like the best reaction from the crowd, it's got to be Orange Cassidy.
Is it going to be a crowd here Saturday? You think?
I mean, if it's a continuation of what they did at Dynamite, yeah, they had 100 people in the audience.
Let's just start.
Next match that we had was Sheeta taking on Heather Monroe.
Sounds like breakfast.
It does sound like breakfast. It sounds like breakfast at Denny's. Hash browns.
Did you say Shiva?
Sheeta.
Want to come back here?
Heather Monroe would be our Grand Slam breakfast. We got some sausage, we got some hash browns, and we definitely have some ham and eggs.
Heather Monroe sounds like she does soft porn on Cinemax.
Soft porn? I'm pretty sure I could put in Heather Monroe on Pornhub right now and get a hit for sure.
Probably.
Yeah, he's right.
I like how Swerve's like, yeah, I've looked.
Don't look at his browsing history.
So yeah, Sheeta won that one. And then they had a segment where it was Tag Team Appreciation Night. They had the Young Bucks, FTR, the Rock and Roll Express, and Arn and Tully in the ring. And Young Bucks were talking about how they idolized the Rock and Roll Express, and FTR talked about how they idolize Arn and Tully as a tag team. And then Young Bucks and FTR kind of went back and forth about how they're the best tag team. And Tully kind of grabbed the microphone and basically just shit on everyone, saying, listen, you both say that you're the best tag teams in the world. Where's your belts? Where's your belts? If you don't got the belts, you ain't shit. So he basically shot on Arn a little bit for being Cody Rhodes' manager, shot on the Rock and Roll Express for being alive, walked out
That's how I felt watching that shit, man. Oh my god.
He walked out of the ring, and when he was distracting kind of everyone, FTR turned heel, and Spike Pile drove one of the guys from Rock and Roll Express. Still alive somehow, but Spike Pile drove him, and basically did their heel turn finally.
How that guy still taking bumps is insane to me. Do you remember he took a Canadian Destroyer 3 months ago?
Yeah.
One of the last live shows they had?
Yeah. I remember when they were inducted in the Hall of Fame, and all the wrestlers being inducted are like, yeah, I had a great run. Yeah, I remember working Rock and Roll Express. Yeah, check us out next Saturday. We're taking fucking indie bookings. Holy shit.
Reminds me of another old timer still taking bumps that doesn't need to. We'll get to that later.
That could be literally 12 people, Mac.
Oh, no. This is something that happened on Raw. Oh, because I watched.
It could be 12 people, Mac.
No, he's talking about one person in particular.
I know.
It is up to be, but yeah, no, it's...
chill, Swerve. Chill.
Main event of Dynamite. Chris Jericho against Orange Cassidy. In the $7,000 match. This match ended with a botch, which was fun. But
yeah, it was. I forgot about that.
After Jake Hager came in and slammed Cassidy with the referee's back turn. By the way, Mike Chioda in AEW now, so that's something.
Yeah.
That made headlines.
WWE for not paying him or firing him rather.
Yeah, 35 years of service, and they fired him.
Whatever happened to Earl Hebner? I thought he was going to be on the ticket a lot longer than just one pay-per-view.
Oh, no, he works for them. He's just like a backstage agent. The guy's 85.
Damn, okay. Selling them shirts.
Yeah.
I
don't want to
on selling
at that point.
What?
No, I was saying heavy emphasis on selling.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Swervy?
No, I'm just saying, I know he's not really 85, but even still, I want a job at that point. Why? What is he? Does he need the money? What's going on?
Yo, Earl Hebner might be
shirts out of his car.
Earl Hebner might be 85.
Does he have like 10 children or something? I mean, was he just like busting loads early and now he's got to pay for it?
Hey, man, you don't
I'm
know
about to
how
look.
anyone's pocket's looking, man.
Maybe some people like to just work.
Earl Hebner, 71 years old, by the way.
71, yeah.
Only
And
2
he's
children.
And
So
he's
he has 2 kids.
5'7".
But 2 divorced wives.
Oh,
We're all
shit. Yep.
we're all the
Oh,
same.
he's a regular Ric Flair.
And it doesn't matter where he shows up. He's still gonna get booed, or people are gonna still scream, "You screwed Brat." So
Hard hat
I thought-
and lunch pail.
I thought the Cassidy Jericho match was pretty solid. I was disappointed by that botch at the end, though. He just put him. They said it was a mousetrap, and it was a move that he put someone in dark on at some point in time recently, and it went well on dark. And then Jericho, he starts putting it on Jericho. Jericho's fat ass just flops backwards.
Well, yeah, that's because, when he put it on the other guy, he was like 20.
Yeah,
Like, Jericho's like 56. So it's like, yeah, I'm just going to go down, okay?
I have no reason to call that man a fat ass, but it was just so funny because you just see him in his eyes just go, yeah, I'm out. Bye-bye.
Yeah, this is going to look shitty. I just want you to know that, but okay.
I'm good at getting everyone over, but bye-bye.
I do like how Jericho kind of played off the kind of bullying Mike Chioda during the match, like yelling like, hey, I got you this job. You owe me. Turn your back around so I can cheat. And, Chioda like kind of did call it straight after like kind of teasing that he was going to, fuck around with the rules.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're
So-
setting up. I mean, are they viewing Saturday as like as a special?
Nope.
No,
I-
it's moved for the NBA playoffs.
Special Saturday Dynamite. It's not even one of those like fight for the fallen or anything like that.
So okay, so then this tells me then that next week they're gonna be on Saturday too, because this is just game 1, or it's game 2 tomorrow.
So their schedule's kind of like fucked around. So this week they're on Saturday. I think like one of the weeks they're on Wednesday after the playoffs. One of the weeks they're on Saturday after the playoffs. I think one week they might be on a Sunday. It's all fucking wonky.
Shush. Okay.
You got to pay attention to the show and hope that JR is going to tell you, and he's not too busy trying to hawk his fucking book.
Goddamn, what you need is some goddamn barbecue sauce. What you need, maybe listen to one of my 6 podcasts. So, did we want to go on a SmackDown or Dirt?
That was a full hour and a half of AEW? Jesus.
Goddamn right. Hey, you bring the killers on the podcast. What do you expect?
quality gets an hour and a half.
We're going to spend 12 minutes on fucking SmackDown.
Yeah, Drew, can you pull that up, by the way?
I couldn't hear any of that.
He says pull
Can
it
you
up.
pull that up?
Yeah.
Pull it out, he says. Pull it out.
I mean, if you want me to.
Come on, Abby.
I heard what I heard, okay? It's not my fault
Yeah.
his phone's messed up.
Not like this, Mac.
Get the sugar daddy out your ear.
I actually pulled up like all of it just in time too. I was ready.
So why am I looking it up?
I don't know. You're the host. If you want me to run this ship, I'll run the ship.
No, so
God damn it.
So we start off with Retribution striking again. So Big E was set to take on John Morrison in the opening contest. Before he could, Retribution attacks Big E, taking his knee out from underneath them, and also beat down John Morrison as well. And then they booked. After the break, several wrestlers gathered backstage after Morrison blamed Big E because he tweeted them, and that's what caused them to attack him.
That's right.
Big E
That's
shut
the
him up.
storyline.
Got a bunch of people. Sheamus showed up sporting a new look. And Sheamus claimed that Retribution would never interfere with one of his matches because they're afraid of him. What's that in the distance? Is that foreshadowing? Huh?
Sheamus looked. He showed up looking like the fucking coach from Rocky. Man, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. So that was that.
How do you guys feel about this Retribution storyline? I'd like to hear what everyone is honestly thinking about this.
I already said it last week. I can't take him seriously after I saw a post that said aces and 5'8".
Swerve?
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Is this
What's
in relation to the hacker or what? Because I don't know.
No. What, Swerve? How do you feel about this Retribution shit?
I think it's a joke that is already worn thin, and it's already reached where the 24/7 championship has been, or has gotten, I should say, and it's only been a short time.
So it is, I think, related to the hacker just because whenever they're around, they kind of like fuck with the lights and shit. And since they have the ability to kind of like mess with the effects, mess with the lighting, the Titantron, everything, I assume that that's them implying that they are with the hacker or they are the hackers.
Or they forgot the hacker storyline like they did with the lockbox.
Oh. Or the hacker was in the lockbox.
I would appreciate this a lot more if it was the resurgence of the Nexus.
Well, honestly, I like the concept of it, and some of the vignettes that they show where they're showing them beating it, like just beating the shit out of people and breaking shit, and then cutting the ring ropes and stuff. Like, okay, I can see this like pulling off as a decent storyline if it was done right. But then when I saw it and actually happen on SmackDown and Raw, and I'm like, oh, this feels like diet storyline. This feels like great value shit. And I thought about it. It's not a terrible idea, and I'm glad that they're doing it now because you cannot do this kind of shit when there's a crowd. Someone will dress up and fucking join them and kill a motherfucker. It will happen immediately. So now is the right time to do it where they're, breaking shit and then hitting and running. But the problem is, I feel like you can't start the show with them breaking in and then running away, making a big goddamn deal about it. And then, well, everything's fine. We didn't damage shit except for Big E's knee, which is going to be fixed by the end of the episode. Like, okay, that happened. Great.
You know what I can assume the leader of this group is probably one of the people who got released during that big purge. And maybe he got hired back, maybe in secret, that they're going to reveal as like the leader of this group. So like,
it's not Akira Tozawa.
No,
what's that?
Not Akira Tozawa.
They look the same. They're entirely different.
His height.
You might get a Rusev showing up, or that what is it? Drake Maverick being the guy behind it. If it's Drake Maverick, the storyline's fucking dead. They might as well be League of Nations.
It might be Enzo.
Oh God! I can taste the stale cigarettes in my mouth now. Oh, it's
shutting off your lights. How you doing?
So like, Drew, I like that idea. I like that idea of it being someone who got released but was secretly re-signed. The problem is everyone who was released was fucking trash, so I didn't care. I don't care about any of those people except
Not necessarily.
Kurt Angle? Like, come on.
Yeah.
We speaking ill over there, huh?
I'm just saying, man. You can't. That's it. Give me another people. Like Rusev is the top guy on that list that I'd be like, okay, I wouldn't hate him being secretly signed, but Rusev is not a guy who runs, international crime ring with guys in hoodies. However, I am looking forward to Retribution versus Ninja match at SummerSlam. That would be fantastic.
I know it ain't gonna be this person, but I would accept it if it was Wade Barrett.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Even though he turned down the Nexus reunion. so he would not be coming back. Also, Ryback is like, I will definitely come back, and they didn't call his ass at all.
Ryback's still looking at that phone, hoping Cody's gonna call him.
Well, he's got his podcast.
Hey, Ryback, aka Snitch Bitch. Anything the other one's doing, he's telling.
So the next thing that we had was the tri-branded battle royal to determine Bayley's SummerSlam opponent. This was a clusterfuck to say the least. But
come on, Drew, don't you love a battle royal crammed into an 8-minute segment?
Oh God, it's so good. It's quality. It's quality TV. But we did get Shayna Baszler as the last person eliminated by Asuka, who is now going to be facing both Sasha Banks and Bayley in separate matches for their women's titles. So you might get that title unification after all.
That's what I was going to bring up, guys. What do you think? What do you feel is going to happen more likely? Do you think that it's Asuka's going to win both and then they're going to unify the titles? Or do you think Asuka's going to win one of them and then it's going to lead to the breakup of Bayley and Sasha?
Well, we got to hold off on that, Jeff. We got to talk about SummerSlam separately, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the topic for SummerSlam right there.
All right, put a pin in that shit then.
That's another hour and a half of content that we have tonight. I'm already in bed, so I don't care.
Jeff, go grab another drink and get yourself ready for this long discussion.
Once I get moved to the kitchen from the bedroom when the baby's going to sleep, you know I'm going to be making another drink.
Next, we have Mandy Rose with her absurd tan, throwing down a gauntlet to Sonya Deville. So she basically reminded Sonya Deville that while she may have been a bikini model, she also worked 3 jobs at the same time. She was winning competitions. She entered Tough Enough and ended up doing better than Sonya Deville in Tough Enough. So, cutting her hair and making her ugly doesn't scare her. And she's challenging Sonya Deville to a hair versus hair match at SummerSlam.
So did Mandy Rose's hair actually get cut a little bit? Because I can't.
So she was wearing extensions, I'm assuming.
Okay.
But yeah, it is shorter than it was.
I
Just a
didn't
little
see it, but
choppa.
And actually, in my opinion, looks better. But that's just me.
Mandy Rose looks so goddamn fake every time I see her. I'm looking at her like the next page. Like, she's just not real.
Oh, speaking of Paige.
Paige here.
Paige here. Guess what I walked into? I walked in on my girlfriend doing.
Oh my God. Here we go with this, Drew.
What?
Was Xavier Woods there with John Maddox?
No, but he should have been probably because it was worse than that. She was.
Oh, she was watching Fight with My Family, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she was.
Did you have a domestic incident over this?
I almost did. Man, that movie fucking sucks. I watched a little bit of it, and I had to get up and leave because I'm like, did they even pull her for like what happened? Like, this is terrible. This is fucking. You have WWE's permission to use their wrestlers' likenesses, and you make up wrestlers who quote bullied her during her time in NXT, which, by the way, was Florida Championship Wrestling at the time. So it wasn't the Performance Center. It wasn't, her being bullied. It wasn't, her being booed for being goth. It's just, it was just like, man, did she sign off on any of this?
You can't piss and moan about being bullied after you had some guy bust on you in the next NXT Women's Championship. You just can't.
Oh, that's Demi Lovato.
She was taking all their boyfriends.
Jesus. I'd like to remind you guys, by the way, pay attention here. No Chill Drew did say that he wishes his girlfriend was getting pegged by Maddox and Woods instead of watching this movie. That's a new low for the movie, or maybe No Chill Drew.
Or both.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
So the next match that we had was Shorty G versus Sheamus.
Fucking pass.
They're still doing Shorty G. Are they gonna finally get off that name?
No.
Is he gonna grow?
Only with the help of Hogan's secret sauce.
They gotta put him on underground.
I told Swervy that I was watching the shows, and he's like, "Oh man, you're doing more than we do." And I'm like, "Well, I also do it because sometimes I got to catch up." And this was actually the first time I have ever seen Chad Gable or Shorty G. So in my head, I was just imagining whatever the fuck. So every once in a while, I got to catch up and see what these stupid fuckers look like.
So Shorty G almost got the win with a pinfall roll-up, but Sheamus, being a superhero, kicked out of the world's most dangerous move and hit the white noise to win the match. White noise and a bro kick to win the match. So Sheamus got the win. We don't really know if Shorty G is a babyface or a heel because he was doing both. No retribution. So is Sheamus the heel or the hacker? We don't know. We're going to move on because fuck that match.
Swervy's favorite segment coming on up.
Jeff Hardy interrupts AJ Styles promo. AJ Styles had Abyss in the ring with him. So, well, not actually Abyss. It was the guy under the Abyss, Joseph Park. But I don't know why he was in there, except to, just be like, hey, old school TNA fans, you get this shit. So he made his way to introduce the phenomenal Intercontinental Statistic System, or, yes, PITS. That was a Vince McMahon move. He wrote that shit.
That's good shit.
Yes, it's such good shit. I peed a little.
The 15-year-old me would have been down with this and bought a T-shirt with that on it.
Yeah, like the Pen 15 Club, right?
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a girl group at WWE, PMS. They're really cool. So after revealing his own name as the only one on the list, he condescendingly challenged the locker room to work harder than him, even though he says that that's impossible. Jeff Hardy interrupted, remarked on how important the Intercontinental Championship is to him and no one else, and formally challenged AJ Styles for it. Styles, what's that?
Jeff Hardy's still there?
He is.
Oh my god! I thought he would have, been gone by now and working on the comeback.
Would you like to know what they really feel about Jeff Hardy?
What they really feel?
Yeah, he challenges AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship. The week before SummerSlam. But fuck that. Put it on the Friday before SummerSlam because fuck him. It's not even SummerSlam title defense.
Did he even win his Sheamus feud? I mean, come on.
I don't remember. But
I think we just dropped that.
Feud. Yeah, this is the second feud to involve piss somehow.
It really is. That's actually a telling sign.
Yep.
Grand Metalik took on Nakamura. Midway through the match, Kalisto showed back up and dropped Cesaro with a tornado DDT on the ramp. And Metalik scored a top rope elbow to get an upset win. So Kalisto back.
I did like how he used the plexiglass for that tornado DDT. I thought that was a pretty slick move for this kind of situation. It might not be the first time that I've ever seen that or they've done that, but I thought that was pretty cool. But that was the only thing that I liked about that match. These guys, by the way, Cesaro and Nakamura were in the back, and they're like, haha, we're such great champions. And then Lucha House Party sneaks up like fucking cartoon characters and steal the belts like it was a big deal. But then nothing happens. They meet him at the ring, and Cesaro just goes and grabs the belt. And I'm just like, oh, that was 20 minutes of my life that I just wasted. Thank you.
That's WWE for you.
Yeah, and these backstage segments are fucking terrible. They're like in the back of a gas station. They're really bad. And I mean, the one with Nikki Cross, which we'll be getting to in a second, was the worst.
So the next segment that we had was the Alexa Bliss sit down. She has an exclusive interview and addresses her friendship with Braun Strowman, complete with footage of their social media and their mixed tag match challenges.
A year or two after it died.
Yeah, seriously. Then the interviewer asks her, why the Fiend targeted her. She insinuated that being in the Fiend's presence, she could feel him. She understands the phrase a moth to the flame. The interviewer then asked Bliss what she felt about Strowman's claim that he doesn't give a damn about her. And she was overcome by emotion. I don't know why they conveniently are making this into a romance angle now, but they are. And
she's gonna be the new Abigail, man.
Yeah, it's something. Did we have anything to say about that, or do we just want to move on to the next thing? Okay. So Sonya Deville accepts Mandy Rose's hair versus hair challenge. She concludes her promo by saying, "See you soon, Baldy." And then we get Big E versus John Morrison.
That's the cheap pop that you got, Swerve?
No, well, I kind of pictured her ball. That's why I laughed.
We then go to the ring for Big E versus John Morrison Part 2. The lights flicker again. When they return, the roster has surrounded the ring with the wrestlers in the arena. Retribution attacks the referees and crew backstage. Referee Jessica Carr, the only referee not injured because, female, alerted the wrestlers while Morrison and Big E continue their match. Big E finally fights his way back, applies the stretch muffler, and forces submission. Did you know that was his finisher? The stretch muffler?
Well, Muff Diver wasn't really PG, so.
Okay.
I
Fair enough.
haven't seen that move since SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain.
After the match, Sheamus shows up and hits a rope. Okay, somebody has to turn off their thing because I'm getting an echo. Okay, there we go.
Every episode.
So Sheamus shows up and hits a brogue kick on Big E, just in time for Braun Strowman to pop up and Michael Cole to throw us to another break. A lot of shit happened in that segment.
That's fucking stupid, by the way. Oh, we're doing this segment, and it's almost like they got the wrong cue, and Braun Strowman shows up, and they're like, oh, shit, we didn't go to break yet. Go to break.
And Braun Strowman shows up bald, so that's something. I guess that's how you become a heel, is you shave your head. But he shows up bald, and Alexa Bliss is a move.
It's either that or grow a beard, and he's already got that, so.
Yeah. He is growling with every word and demands the Fiend's presence. Instead, Alexa Bliss shows up, ordering him to snap out of whatever mindset he's in. Instead, Strowman accuses Bliss of mocking him and using him. She tried to slap some sense into him, but Strowman hoisted her over his head in the grill press, threatening to slam her unless the Fiend appears. However, he slammed her, which means he throws her over his head, and the lights go out before she hits the ring.
The Ric Flair special.
And then we get the red lights. Strowman's out of the ring. The Fiend is in it as Alexa Bliss is doing her best Peter Griffin. Ah, my knee. Ah, my knee. With Braun Strowman on the video package and laughing at him.
Yeah, it was just him and the Fiend laughing at each other, and then they showed the, all right, guys, we'll see you next week. It's like, Jesus Christ. Braun Strowman. Who cares? It's fucking terrible. They've been fighting for so long. Who cares? It's just Braun Strowman, for most of that promo, would not look at Alexa Bliss. And I know that they wanted to make it seem like he was stuck in a mindset, but I know better. That motherfucker was reading a teleprompter because he can't read very much. You know, there's no way they didn't have the goddamn screen sitting there telling him what to say until he had to turn around and get slapped by Alexa Bliss. I can see through you.
I think Roman should come back bald while we're at it.
How else does everyone else feel about that end of SmackDown?
It was all right.
Not to sandbag.
Not
Not to sandbag you, Swerve. But anytime we invoke the name of Roman, I'm good with moving on.
After a brief hiatus, your boy is back, like cut crack.
Are you here to stay?
Hopefully one day, like Snapjacks.
Oh, good. You got all that to say. How about you tell us about how you felt about the end of SmackDown?
Well, I
And
just heard
Roman
you ask
being
everybody.
bald.
I don't know what the hell happened.
Good.
I just heard whenever you say Roman Reigns' name, it's not a good idea.
That just brings you back, huh?
But I will say, because I wanted to chime in on Shorty P, but I was talking business.
Jesus Christ.
Sheamus, man, you deserve better, bro.
You still on the Sheamus train?
Sheamus deserves better. He should be, I don't know, in some type of championship picture. Like, wouldn't you like to see Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre? Or
Like you just started the
Sheamus
engine.
versus somebody important?
Long pause.
I thought something happened to my audio. I'm like, okay.
Something happened to my audio. What did you say?
Retribution.
Yeah, no.
Somebody gonna go grab a pizza or something?
All right. So what do we want to get on to next? Do we want to get on to Raw or Dirt?
Let's do Raw, and then we can do Dirt, and then preview
Okay.
SummerSlam.
Okay. I'll pull up Raw.
So nobody has a thing about Roman being bald, huh? Just me?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but he'll never fucking do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that would be that's like saying when you're picking evil Ryu, like, oh look, he's evil. You see, here's bald Roman. See, he's evil
Look,
Roman.
I'm on conference calls all day
Yeah.
long. I don't appreciate the silence when I bring up Roman being bald on this podcast.
I'm just saying, Swerve. You want Roman to be like the bad, no-name, entry-level Marvel villain in a movie, and we don't want that.
What if he came out all clean cut? Like
He needs a
military cut.
a lightning bolt over his eye.
Please no.
Roman's
Roman's
the red. Roman is the red herring of a Marvel movie where you think he's the bad guy, but he actually just gets smoked an hour in. A real bad guy. He's Crossbones.
on the set of Spawn 2, but not Spawn. What the hell's his name?
No, keep it. I want him in Spawn 2 now.
He's starring in Spider-Man. It's Kingpin. It's like, no, please no.
You think that Roman's gonna be Spawn, and then it just turns out he's the guy who bangs Spawn's wife after he dies.
No, Roman has a career in John Wick 6. I'm telling you.
Dude, I'd be so mad.
Hey, if they can make Common look good, I'm sure they can work with Roman.
Why? That's exactly right. Because Common was, yo, you want to talk about bad villains in a fucking movie? Holy shit, Common.
Listen, man, you give Common some respect. He isn't the worst. Come on.
Hey, you over there, come here. I'm going to shoot you. And no, that's his regular voice.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's Common.
For film like this.
Hey, yo, I had to elbow him because he tried to get away, but shut the fuck up, Common.
But here's the thing that works for that movie because everyone's just this quiet professional, and he looks at John. He goes, "Oh, you working?" And for once, his voice works for the movie, so it's all right.
It does. Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, Roman's one-line guy in the movie.
Well, yeah, that's why we stopped talking as soon as we mentioned him.
That's what you call a good pause.
Drew, you got Raw up?
I do. So Raw opens with graphical glitches before Drew McIntyre's entrance and a recap of Ric Flair's segment with Randy Orton. McIntyre spoke about how Randy Orton took out Flair last week and how it made him sick to his stomach to see Orton attack a man who once loved him like a son. The glitches continue as graphics and videos flash on the screen. We then go backstage to a shot of Retribution destroying one of the production trucks until one of the crews was forced to cut the feed. By the way, this makes them total baby faces for attacking what's his face? Kevin Dunn. So you attack Kevin Dunn, you're instantly a baby face. Nobody's gonna boo you.
Done.
You want to talk about babyface? Yo, Drew McIntyre sucks dick as a babyface.
Terrible.
There's
Why?
no pause there. He said what he said.
We said this when we had the WrestleMania show. Why are you making him a face? Why?
Well, because the champion was Brock, and you cannot make Brock a face, so you had to make him a face.
Bro sounds like Save-A-Lot version of Sean Connery.
Yes. Yes.
He is a heel to the core. Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. It upsets me because we all know Randy is in this spot because Edge is hurt. So you know he's not going over. They're trying to sell it, but it's not working. So
Randy is the obligatory heel that you need in a feud whenever there's nobody else.
Right.
Randy has always been that SummerSlam substitute.
You're not feeling Randy taking it?
Hell no. Well, we'll get to that.
I mean,
he's Mr. SummerSlam.
He's Mr. Substitute SummerSlam.
So we return from the break to see several wrestlers talking about Retribution. As Drew McIntyre walks up and said they need to deal with Retribution. Seth Rollins then joins the conversation and says he should be the one leading the locker room. Back in the ring, what are you doing? Where are you? There's beeping.
Shut the fuck up, Drew, and keep reading, okay?
Back in the, it sounds like you're fucking kidnapped or something. Back in the ring.
Maybe Retribution came and got me.
Where to, Mac?
They take Mac and he's like, oh, thank God, I don't want to watch any of this shit anymore.
Making a checkers
do it.
So back in the ring, MVP issues a warning to Retribution. He even tries to blame Apollo Crews, saying how the group showed up right around the time he started feuding with Crews. Overall, terrible segment. Let's move on.
Stretch.
A stretch of my
Apollo
assessment
Crews,
or a stretch of the segment?
The stretch of the idea that it's MVP saying, oh, it must be Apollo Crews. Let's get this Retribution shit in my storyline, too. Stretch!
These skinny 5'9" dudes are definitely Apollo Crews. But yeah, Apollo Crews takes on Shelton Benjamin. This match is already taking place, so both guys got a jobber entrance Always a
Yeah.
good start for Raw. Shelton starts hitting him in the corner. Apollo Crews comes back. Benjamin hits him with a spike DDT out of nowhere. R-Truth ran through the middle of the ring as he tries to avoid Akira Tozawa and his ninjas. By the way, if I wasn't watching wrestling for 2 years and I just read that last sentence, I would just walk away. The distraction allows. What's that?
Sorry, I was just gonna say I'm kind of pissed. I watched the Hulu version of Raw where they chopped some things out, and I did not know that I had missed the ninjas until you just mentioned it. I had been looking forward to seeing these stupid fucking things, and I didn't see it. I guess so. Oh well.
Guys, I got a prediction.
Yeah.
This will all come to a head at Survivor Series.
Jesus Christ! Why would you do that to us?
I mean, if they, you know what, because the last few things that they've done, they haven't really carried it out to the end. Me still holding out hope. If they carry this out until the end, there has to be a big reveal for who's in charge of Retribution. And it has to be a Roman, a Wade Barrett,
No,
somebody like that.
Roman, stop
I
bringing
could
back.
see that. I could see Roman being the leader of this group. I could definitely see it because he already wears tactical gear.
Right, so you don't have to like stray away too much from what his character is already.
Except being a huge fucking heel.
I don't think this is your classic Survivor Series match. This is a brawl. And I think this is where the identities of whoever is in this faction are unearthed. Maybe we don't wait that long, but I think it's going to be something like that.
And Roman can show up and say that he was already planting the seeds before Retribution showed up. He walked out on WrestleMania trying to cancel that show. When it still went on, he had Retribution then come in and try to shut the show down any way that they could.
Wishful thinking, guys.
I'm just saying, this is idea 580 on how to make Roman a heel.
I'm gonna tell you who it's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
Chris Benoit.
Yes, he came back for this.
It's gonna be the cult of personality.
This is the ultimate get back. Chris Benoit raised from the dead to be the leader of Retribution.
That is a slow burn if I've ever seen one.
His entrance music is Thriller.
I do think we need at least every episode Swervy to hum somebody's entrance theme.
Yeah, because I didn't know what the fuck that was.
Can you do your Sheamus for us?
Oh, no, yes, me and Swerve. Ready? Let's hit it, Swerve. It's thing.
Yeah, so after the first time you did that, I had to look it up because I'd never heard Sheamus's theme song. And at that point in time, when I pulled it up, I'm listening to this going, how the fuck did he get that from that?
Are you listening to the new one or the older one? Because
the one that he's doing. Because the music beats almost hit, but still, it's fucking bad.
No, you were talking like Circa 06, man. You got to go back to that one.
Not the new one, not his current one.
Yeah, no, I know that. It's the one that he's doing the song over, whatever Swervy's doing. I found it. It hits.
You're talking about where it goes, oh. You know that one?
No, it's the one that you're talking about because I looked it up specifically afterwards. Like I said, it was close.
It's the same song.
Yeah, that's the song that we're talking about.
Yes, same.
We're not talking about the one that he comes out to now.
I know that.
Swerve, can you do it again for us so we can all definitely understand the nuances in the song so we can figure out which version we're talking about?
Sounds like a no.
I mean,
that's the one, right?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
Okay.
Well, no, that might be like That might be like the actual band's version of who they actually sing it. I don't know what they say in the Sheamus music. I just know they say it's a shame, it's a shame, it's a something something shame, and I'm just like, "Ooh." I got
that was
pissed.
one.
All right, moving on.
All right, so this distraction allowed Apollo Crews to roll up Shelton Benjamin for the win. However, when Truth came back, Shelton Benjamin was able to pin him and become 24/7 champion.
Shelton Benjamin's better than this, man.
I
used to want to believe that, but I don't know. That Royal Rumble with Brock Lesnar really left a sour taste in my mouth.
Well, yeah. That kind of was the writing on the wall. Like, that was the thank you for your service without getting fired.
So, the next segment, Demi Burnett from Bachelor in Paradise returned this week in a backstage segment with both Angel Garza and Ivar that resulted in them having a match. Ivar and Angel Garza, that is. Surprisingly, Garza took control right away. What he didn't know was that Angelo Dawkins was backstage talking to Demi Burnett. Ivar quickly made a comeback and ran Garza from the corner. Andrade provided a small distraction so his partner could hit a brutal drop kick for the pin. Dawkins and Burnett appeared on the big screen to taunt the challengers. They hinted at a video being played, but nothing showed up on the screen. That was great. After the break, we saw a shot of what looked like Zelina Vega poisoning Montez Ford's drink. So we're going to Poison now.
Poison is the storyline, gentlemen.
You give him a roofie?
No, that would be a very different storyline that you cannot play on USA Network.
Gave him some sugar-free gummy bears.
And guess who's back? Mickey James.
Oh, boy, was this fucking terrible.
Yeah, tell the people what she was back for.
She is wrestling an equally old wrestler in Natalia. She apparently Natalia has Lana with her now. That's something I didn't know. During the match, Rollins interrupts the match and demands Samoa Joe to reveal how he knew Rey Mysterio would be there tonight.
So this was the funniest shit that happened all episode.
And if you look over the shoulder and zoom in, you can see the match still going on.
He walks up to fucking Samoa Joe and is just having this loud conversation about, hey, where did you find out that Mysterio is going to be here? He's like, you ain't ever going to find out my sources. He's trying to intimidate Samoa Joe, who is not giving him a fucking inch. Meanwhile,
Samoa Joe is like Big Lots brand fucking Taz. Who's your source? Joey Numbers down by the dock. That's who it is.
And the whole times, remember, this is Mickey James's returning match where she ended up losing by a count out.
And she didn't get an entrance.
Oh no, they did not. That was I've never seen something like that. Is the purest form of ADD programming that I've ever seen. Like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on here? There are 3 programs. I was waiting for Braun Strowman to come at it too, just for fun.
Hi, Mickey James, please. Yeah, this is Thomas Abernathy from WWE Talent Relations. Listen, we're down in Orlando, and we know there's like a quote unquote pandemic going on, but you might be starving for checks. Do you want to like risk your life and your family's life by coming to compete? We got something real special lined up for you. Who are you with?
There will be catering.
Joe? You're with Rollins. I mean, come on, this is prime booking.
Yep. Fuck. It's a raw spot. All right, Mickey.
Well, she got a raw deal.
Oh no shit. Jesus Christ!
Shit.
A fucking count out, and the camera wasn't even paying attention to them.
Mind you, this is the go home show.
Just let it settle, all right? I'm not
The
kidding.
women have come so far,
Remember, evolution wasn't that long ago.
but it is a mystery.
What?
Yeah,
Stop it!
it's underneath one of the veils over there in Saudi. Trust me.
Jesus Christ.
Next match that we have is Bayley and Sasha taking on Asuka and Shayna Baszler. Better for the women than the last match.
Who would have thought you was going to see this? Shayna Baszler being a face.
And getting the win.
Considering that she's a face with no fucking eyebrows.
I don't think that's a face thing, though. I don't think you need to have eyebrows.
No, she don't have no eyebrows, and she's driving me nuts. I can't fucking stand when she's on the screen.
Go ahead, Drew. I'm sorry.
So this was actually a pretty decent match. Baszler apparently saw Nia Jax in the crowd and went to go confront her, which is always a good idea because you know Nia Jax on injure her ass.
Nia Jax
man,
broke.
didn't like a half hour ago I tell you not to do that?
Hold
Why?
on. Nia Jax broke through the barrier like the fucking T-Rex in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, so Shayna
See
Baszler's
that
like,
thing?
Nia Jax, I see you, and Nia Jax breaks the place.
Nia smash.
That's
That was a good
All
storyline.
right,
They
here's
should
a costume
constantly
idea
have
for
people get mad at
SummerSlam.
her.
Nia Jax has to change her outfit to Jax. She has to come out with metal arms and some type
Listen,
of
don't
purple and black
disrespect my
pants.
man Jax like that. Don't disrespect my man Jax like that. Stop it.
So I
Let's
thought
move
you was
on.
on my side, dog.
And you
Not
know what
that
the
one.
best part about this is, by the way?
Okay, the way that she gets the metal arms is that she botches something and she fucks her own arms up. So that's why.
Oh, so she's got an arm transplant now. Okay,
Yep.
thanks.
So here's the worst part about this is you know it's Nia Jax, so she's in the crowd area, which means that she's around a bunch of people. She probably not contracts coronavirus, but somehow gets it and just passes it to Shayna Baszler without infecting herself. So she just fucks up everything by getting Shayna Baszler sick.
Why do y'all think y'all gonna come on here every week on my show and disrespect my girl?
Your
Because
girl needs to change her hair, man. That hair is fucking terrible. Have you seen it lately? It looks like a freaking rainbow. I can't stand it. It's awful.
Have you been on IG? Have you seen the effort and the hard work she puts in on her swimsuit shoots?
No. What's the effort? Is she putting the effort in, or is the effort the swimsuit?
I sit here shaking my head. Ooh, I'm just...
I'm sorry, man, but when it's low hanging
that was a good
like
one.
this one.
That was a good one.
So eventually Shayna Baszler does get back to the ring and makes Bayley tap out. So Baszler and Asuka get the win.
So it's Baszler and Nia at SummerSlam, right?
No. Oh, I don't know if they're facing each other at SummerSlam. I don't know.
Because they're going to put Baszler over.
Well, I mean that or she'll die because she's facing Nia Jax.
I just want the WWE to legitimately maybe put a brand campaign around one of their non-title superstars on the women's side because they have talent there. They just need to hone it and craft it and work with somebody, maybe like a Mandy Rose. She has sex appeal. She's good on the mic, and that mic too. And she can wrestle.
Well, oddly enough, speaking of the women, we have a third women's match in a row for the next match. Ruby Riott taking on Peyton Royce. Billie Kay was originally supposed to wrestle her, but her shoulder was hurting. So Peyton Royce... yeah.
What's going on with Peyton Royce, dude? She's gotten like super thin.
She was in a bodybuilding competition, fitness competition.
She like lost all her meat.
Yeah, because she was in a
That's what you do.
bodybuilding competition.
Why did she do that?
Because she's in the bodybuilding.
You want to have a whole discussion on bodybuilding and fitness contests?
I think safe to say Swervey does not approve.
Swervey had his popcorn in one hand, and you know what else was in the other hand.
Why don't you DM her your Richard? What you get?
So they're kind of like teasing a breakup of the Iconics with Billie Kay claiming that she hurt her shoulder. Peyton Royce is like, wait, what? And so she was thrown into this match. Let's see. I'm just pulling up who won this match because I didn't watch this match.
I think Royce won the match, didn't he?
Yeah, Royce won the match.
Yeah. Royce did. Yeah, because Royce shoved Ruby Riott into Liv Morgan. This allowed her to get the win. So, yeah, there was that. Did we want to talk about that match all, or you just want to move on to the next segment?
No, just one comment about it. Just disbanding the tag team champions on the women's side. No one really cares.
Are the Iconics still the tag team champions on that, or no?
No.
Oh no, that's right. Bailey and Sasha. That's the whole reason why they got.
Yeah. Swerve, you asked a question to the group. Asuka's in 2 matches. How do you feel about that?
I don't really know. These are like two of the people I like in that whole trio, because I don't really care that much about Bailey.
No one care about Bailey.
Except, I mean, she does have a bubble, but that's it. I don't want her to lose both of them. I guess I just want her to beat Bailey, and I'll be fine with that.
Okay. Next segment we had was the Mysterios, Ray and Dominic.
That's a good TV show name.
It's coming right after the Big Show.
The Big Show.
Right. Yes, Swerve will watch that.
He said Rey Mysterio said watching it. Rey Mysterio said watching his own son suffer was worse than what happened to him at Extreme Rules. I don't know about that. He said not being able to protect his son filled him with more rage than he ever saw before or felt before. Rey Mysterio said he would be in Dominic's quarter Sunday so he could see his son beat Rollins in a street fight. Seth Rollins showed up on the big screen and said that Ray should be ashamed of himself for putting his son in danger. And then they made their way to the ring. Not sure why they showed up on the big screen first, but that's what happened.
And then they waited.
So he was filled with more rage when he fought Eddie the first time over the custody of Dominic?
No. This is what put him more in rage. Because he's like, yo, I can get out of fucking paying for that kid.
Yeah, they didn't beat Dominic Mysterio up when he was fucking 6. So, I mean,
they might have. Just didn't see it.
Can I just ask one thing real quick before you continue on with what's going on? The Extreme Rules match, the idea was that he lost his eye, correct?
Yeah.
So, why do they keep saying he's recovering from an eye injury when you went out of your way to say it was an eye for an eye match, saying that the only way you could win is by plucking that motherfucker out? Like, is Vince in on that stem cell research, repairing their eyeballs like that or something? Because that's a fucking stupid storyline.
Well, yeah, that's a similar way of them saying that he went to a medical facility instead of, a hospital. It's not a hospital. He went to a medical facility. He didn't lose his eye. He had an eye injury.
I guess I must have read the match rules a little wrong when it comes to Extreme Rules. My fault.
Well, Vince wrote them, so yeah.
Okay, got it.
Rey Mysterio sucks. I just have to say that. I don't care for his career.
Hot off the presses.
Never been a Rey Mysterio guy, even in WCW. Actually, I prefer mask off Rey versus mask on Rey. I don't care for custody of Dominic. I don't care that he won the championship. I don't care about the feud that he's in. I don't care about his fucking eye. I don't care about his son. He's garbage to me. Him, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, they're in the same category of wrestlers who should not have been. Well, Matt Hardy wasn't, but and the championship spotlight. I just move on with these guys. You're gonna sit here and tell me that Seth Rollins is in a feud with Rey Mysterio? Who gives a shit?
No, he's in a feud with Dominic Mysterio.
Well, whatever. I mean, honestly, Dominic should turn on his punk ass daddy and be a heel too.
Easy there, Mac. You got to stop giving them ideas because you're sounding like the writing staff. They actually knew what they were doing.
Well, fuck.
Remember
come hire
this.
me. I'll come down there.
They're listening to this podcast. They're gonna put this in.
They should.
You know, if he calls them his,
jacked.
you know,
All
if
our
he,
listeners are on the podcast, I'm afraid.
damn.
That's not what Seinfeld says, man.
Now's a good time to go ahead and like and subscribe on YouTube.
Prove him wrong. Prove Swervy wrong.
No, Vince is listening, man. I just know he is. Vince has a handler. You know, this is like underneath the dirt sheet right here because this is some bottom level shit right here.
I hope Vince's handler is the one who's listening and won the $10 gift card.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, guys. I really appreciate this month's subscription. Thanks a lot.
I can watch Right Along all day now.
We don't want to torture the guy.
Hey, Ma, another episode of Table for Three right over there. Wait, what'd you say? Swerve Marathon? Sign me up.
Stop.
I got 18 days left, Ma. Fire it up. What do you mean you put the colon? That's a 3, not an E. Fuck, Ma. Hey, Vince, you gotta start making these QR codes, bro. I can't keep putting in 18 characters.
Okay.
What's that, Ma? Brought to you fall 98? Yeah, fire it up. Funyuns and bologna sandwiches. Here we go. Yeah. That kid was probably shitting gold when he got that fucking subscription. Shout out to you, listener. Wherever you are.
Oh, yes, I get to catch up on Legend's House. Fuck yeah.
Cannot wait to search for Chris Benoit and find no results.
I'm going to go to Dollar Tree. I'm going to get a can of Surge. And I'm going to watch old WCW shit.
That's the second Chris Benoit jab I've heard.
Nasty boys.
Hey, you guys got Hawk and Animal on here? LOD, baby, where are they?
Oh, I got a whole weekend of Holy Foley ready to go.
Oh, God.
Shit.
Oh.
Preview
They got
content.
Tough Enough too? Oh, shit.
That was a great laugh. Oh, boy, that was a good hearty laugh right there. Thank you. That was some good bounce back. Not to break kayfabe or anything, but I'm going to be moving to the kitchen, so I'm going to be going silent. But I am listening, gentlemen. Keep up the good work.
I was going for a minute, man. I got to come back hitting them hard.
So we end this segment with the Mysterios starting to cane Seth Rollins like he did to Dominic. Murphy did save him before they did any serious damage, but yeah, they did that.
Just don't tease a weapon and then not use it. Dean Ambrose.
I got a chainsaw. Oh, okay, Val.
Right.
Next thing that we had was the Hurt Business taking on Ricochet, Mustafa Ali, and Apollo Crews in a 6-man elimination tag match.
Hurt people hurt people.
What they say.
Before the match, MVP was shown talking to Cedric Alexander. He seemed to get inside Alexander's head a little when he questioned why Crews didn't choose him as a partner tonight. Ali and Benjamin started the match with basic exchanges. The good guys controlled pace early on with quick tags, but as soon as Lashley was brought in, he took everyone out on the opposing side. He pulled a Nia Jax, if you will. Ali was the first guy eliminated when Lashley hit the Dominator for the pin. Benjamin was able to score another elimination with pay dirt on Ricochet, leaving Cruz all by himself. Cruz then quickly eliminated Sheldon Benjamin with a power bomb. As he came up the ramp, Alexander came out and rolled him up to win the 24/7 title. So Cedric Alexander doing good things, I guess. After the commercial break, MVP and Last Year from Control. They kept the champ reeling as they tagged in and out. Cruz was able to still hit MVP with his powerbomb to get a second elimination before Lashley put him away with the spear. So Lashley getting his team the win. It was solid. But
at one point, did you guys think Vince watched Everybody Hates Chris?
Why?
Terry Crews.
Oh, geez.
Apollo Crews. And then he decided to cosplay Terry Crews' character, but put it on Cedric Alexander as a garbage man.
He might have. Ha ha, that Chris Rock, I hope he becomes someone. Now we have Raw Underground. Oh, yes. So, Eric of the Viking Raiders demolished some ham and egger in the first fight. Dolph Ziggler rated this a 4 out of 10, which led Eric calling him out. This is the first time we've seen two established wrestlers fight in this format. Dolph Ziggler tried to use his amateur wrestling skills, but Eric powerbombed him with a slam. Ziggler was able to lock in a sleeper hold and use a thumb to the eye to secure the win. Ivar came out of nowhere and knocked Ziggler off the platform into a group of onlookers. Later in the show, Arturo Ruas and Riddick Moss had a physical fight that ended with both of them getting into fights with other people around the ring. Marina Sharif defeated another woman in a quick fight before Nia Jax appeared and took out her and Jasmine Duke. I was waiting for Shane McMahon to yell, "She's here! Spring the trap!" and just lock her in the room. And, that would just be the end of Nia Jax. But that didn't happen. Instead, Nia Jax left before anything could have really happened to anyone between her and Shayna Baszler. So I guess we are setting up a fight between them at SummerSlam. Overall, it was a usual Raw Underground. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
Nope.
Okay. Next match we had Montez Ford against Andrade. Still. Montez Ford was out for blood after he went after Andrade. As soon as the bell rang, he sent Andrade out of the ring and hit a dive to take him out. Andrade was in control, but Bianca Belair took out Selena Vega at ringside, distracting him long enough for Montez Ford to roll him up for a pinfall. I still don't know why they're continuing the feud. I don't think anyone cares. They've even kind of spilled over into Zelina Vega's Twitch stream, which is really weird, but yeah. You guys have anything for this one?
I wasn't even paying attention, dog.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Good. Final segment. Final segment of the night involves Shawn Michaels, who has recovered his smile coming out to speak about what happened with Randy Orton and Ric Flair because he, some reason, has an opinion on it. Shawn Michaels put the Nature Boy over as being a trailblazer and said that Randy Orton doesn't appreciate what it's like to have Flair as a mentor. As he tried to leave the ring, Randy Orton hit him with an RKO out of nowhere and immediately followed it up with a punt kick before McIntyre chased him away. Randy Orton tried to return when the champion had his back turned, but McIntyre saw him coming and beat him all around the ring. He went back to check on Michaels, and that gave Orton the opportunity he needed to head an RKO to end the show. Does anyone have any thoughts on this segment?
Michaels
I
has
have
the sell
thoughts
of the
on
week.
Shawn Michaels not selling.
Shawn Michaels either oversells or no sells. There is no in between.
Shawn needs to sit his ass down somewhere. We don't need to, bro. To tell this story that's not going to matter in 3 months.
It really isn't. Did we have anything else for Raw?
I'm back. Hold on 1 second. So I didn't realize that you were gonna rush through the rest of Raw there. Damn. Had a couple
there was
good
nothing
lines.
really in Raw.
First off, can I just say that when I heard about Raw Underground, I knew it was gonna be trash, but I was hoping that it would at least kind of look like something. Yo, Raw Underground's a piece of shit. That is a bad pretend program right there.
In like the broom closet of the training facility.
It's so bad, and they're like, "Here, quick, rush a UFC fight as quickly as you can." By the way, and let's just pretend that it's a UFC fight, but let's not actually do a UFC fight. I will, however, say that I started chuckling when I heard the "spring the trap" when I was moving my laptop. Thank you for that. Was there anything to say about Shawn Michaels, really? I like that they have a kayfabe reason for being there. And that is obviously because of the Retribution attacks. They wanted someone who could keep an eye on all the entrances.
That's wrong. That's just wrong.
Come on, you guys are fucking killing me. I love that line, but all right, fine.
That's how they do you, Jeff.
You're going to say that as he's looking you dead in the eye and in the vending machines. So you're going to say that to him.
Yeah. I like how you say that. That's how they do you, and all I can hear is Roman being bald behind you. Either way, yeah.
This podcast, that's everybody take away.
Boy, oh boy, did they rush that Shawn Michaels segment real fast, huh? That was quick, get him in there, quick. Have him get attacked. Quick. Fucking get him punted. And now, it's Drew McIntyre. And now he's going to sneak in again. Oh, but he caught him this time. Okay. Randy Orton's definitely going to slink away now. No, he sneaks in and hits him again. What a joke. Can you feel the heat for this building momentum? Ugh.
Well, it's kind of like when you go on YouTube looking at Saturday Night Live videos. Shawn Michaels, cut for time.
Yep. Yep. Accurate. That's all I had about Raw. That Raw Underground was the biggest disappointment that I've ever seen. When I saw it, and I knew going into it I would be disappointed, but boy, I was ready.
Did we want to go on the dirt before we go to SummerSlam then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Swervy, did you want to cue us in?
You know I will. Hey, when you guys get a check it. I can't talk. Check your phone really quick and let me know if that's gonna work or not.
I got nothing, Swerve.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I should put it in the what's name. Hold on a second.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
All right. So AEW has cut ties with 3 wrestlers over the past week. Sadie Gibbs, who was usually featured on AEW Dark, Bae Priestley, who hasn't worked there in a little bit of time, and most notably Jimmy Havoc, who found himself in some trouble when people started speaking out, and he got some domestic violence charges brought up on him from his ex-girlfriend. Not charges, but accusations. He was in substance abuse counseling as well as anger management, and because of the fact that he lives in the UK and can't really travel, along with those allegations, it looks like they've decided to just cut ties with them altogether. So those 3 wrestlers have been cut from AEW.
I think I read somewhere where he's actually been living here for a while because they were using him, and they definitely let him go, not because he's in the UK. They're like, him too, right? Yeah, that's why we're letting him go. Okay.
So there have been insiders in both WWE and AEW who have been talking about who's been maybe trying to get information as far as like Can they maybe get into AEW? How much would they be willing to pay them? So, if you're in a ballpark, how many WWE wrestlers have been at one point or another asking about AEW? What would your ballpark be?
I read about this, so I can't guess.
Let's just say a dozen.
You say a dozen? What about Mac or Swerve? Are they still on the line with us?
Can you repeat the question?
A dozen,
So
I'm gonna say
insiders have on both sides have given kind of an estimate on how many WWE employees, wrestlers that is, have inquired about AEW at one point or another. And I'm asking a ballpark of how many do you think have inquired at one point or another?
I would say 50 to 75.
Sorby, what was your guess?
My answer is all of them, the entire roster.
You are close. All but one.
Ooh, you want to take a guess at that one?
Seth Rollins.
Oh,
Nope.
So close.
Is he bald? Is he bald on the show?
He's bald on the show. That would be cocked wrist himself. Roman Reigns is the only WWE wrestler who has not reached out to somebody about AEW in one capacity or another. Now, mind you, some of them have probably just been like, hey, how much are they paying you? Or, what's it like over there? While others have just straight out been like, hey, when my deal's up, I want to come over.
But no, they be treating Reigns.
His man.
What's up, Swerve?
I was gonna say, I think Roman probably did it slick. He probably just asked his man to laugh. He didn't ask regular.
They be treating me so good here, boss. I can't do. Oh, coronavirus. Oh, I can't do WrestleMania. Bye.
We mentioned a few months ago about Ted DiBiase Jr. getting into some trouble over welfare fraud in Mississippi. Well, it's getting worse for him, and it looks like federal government agents are trying to repossess his house. Yeah, they're trying to seize his home, which is worth about $1.4 million. This man lives in a $1.4 million house and was committing welfare fraud, folks. This is the same guy.
For a pimp.
What?
Trying to get that money for the rent.
Oh,
the Cadillacs and cash money spent. Have a whole lot of bitches jumping ship.
Now, I just want to remind everyone, Ted DiBiase Jr. is the same guy who left wrestling because he says it wasn't Christian enough for him, and he's born again and doesn't believe that fits in line with his faith.
Nothing says Christian like welfare fraud.
Yeah, nothing says that. I mean, then again, you look at some churches nowadays and are like, oh, okay, no, I see it.
Why did he go get $1 million from his daddy?
It's not that he doesn't have it. It's just that he wants more of it.
And he doesn't want to work for it.
Wasn't he with remind me.
He was with Legacy.
Yeah.
When it was Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase Jr.
Oh, yeah.
And then they had Haku's son in there for a minute.
Had they booked that right, that could have been big.
I just want to point out to everyone that at one point or another, Ted DiBiase Jr. was slated to end the streak.
Woof.
With that Cobra Clutch sleeper he had. Or whatever that thing he used to.
Former NXT wrestler who was released during that big purge, Dan Mantha was arrested over the weekend for failing to appear in court. No word really on what he was originally arrested for, but when you don't show up to court, you get arrested again. And that's what happened to former NXT wrestler Dan Mantha. Jeff, did you want to go into what you wanted to bring up about Sonya Deville?
I wanted to take some dirt off of No Chill's body there a little bit. You know, take a little bit of weight off of him.
Pause, goddammit.
Ugh.
Taking some dirt off my body. Holy shit.
All right, moving on. Other than the obvious botch right there, it seems that the only match that's Sonya Deville is not just a hair versus hair match, but it's Stalker versus Sonya Deville match over the weekend. Tampa Bay Times shared details about when over the weekend Sonya Deville and actually, ironically, breaking kayfabe, Mandy Rose were chilling at Deville's house when the security went off and a fucking stalker broke into her house and apparently threatened them. And they ran out. They called the cops. I guess the security footage showed that he actually ran after them but thought they went upstairs. And that's how the cops were able to get him no problem. Apparently, this guy has been creeping on her for a little while. Reaching out via Twitter and social media, saying that he is going to, let's see here, look outside, baby, by your pool. I'm here. I'm going to kill that little bitch inside that you have inside with you. While also doing this, he has also been threatening to apparently decapitate or go after her friends and relatives by name in other messages, as well as describe sex acts. One message included, that's right, a picture of his penis. You know how we do here. You got to add that Richard pic.
Oh, he sent the Sir Richard of Pictus.
He wasn't really after Sonya then. He was trying to kill
No, he
friends.
was.
Like,
he wanted to murder Mandy Rose and kidnap Sonya Deville.
yeah, so Mandy Rose was in the real danger, not Sonya Deville.
I mean, if you're kidnapped, you're in danger.
The defendant... Go ahead.
Kidnapping is putting you in danger there, Swerve.
A significant amount of danger.
If Mandy Rose is dead, isn't that more danger? Why is
no, she's out of danger.
Based on what's her danger's over with. The defendant admitted that his intention was to take Sonya Deville hostage by spraying her with pepper spray, binding her hands with zip ties, and wrapping her duct tape. Oh shit!
What is going on over there? What is going on over there?
I live near the airport, and I opened the window to let it cool off a little bit, and that was a mistake.
No chill Jew on my bag. Go ahead.
So, what the fuck?
He just wanted to shit on me.
He was gonna pepper spray her.
Over there.
Bind her hands with zip ties, wrapping her duct tape around her arms to prevent her from fighting back. He stated that he intended to keep Sonya hostage, preventing her from attending a planned event, which is probably going to be SummerSlam the following week, and that he was not going to leave her residence without her answering all of his questions. I'm sure one of his questions is, I sent you my dick pic, please respond.
So, Jeff, again,
you like it?
I didn't hear death in there anywhere.
At one point in time, he wasn't going. It sounds like he didn't plan on killing her, but then again, he's a fucking crazy person, so chances are she would have died.
Wait, time out. Is it the game murder, kill, fuck?
Well, apparently he's trying to do all three.
Or murder, kidnap, and have sex. Okay.
Yeah,
he's using Game Shark codes.
He's using Game Shark codes. So yeah. Nothing like leading into SummerSlam with a hair versus hair match with your fucking house being broken into by a goddamn creeper who's probably going to kill you or fuck you or both and probably going to murder your friend that you're with.
I just want to point out how far we've come in WWE because if this was the 80s, Sonya Deville would have been fired on the spot because she let people know that her and Mandy Rose were friends.
Yep. Breaking kayfabe right there.
I want to point out when Hacksaw Jim Duggan was first in WWF, he was fired from WWE originally, not because he was pulled over with cocaine in his car,
Oh no.
because the Iron Sheik was in the car with him, and that's a babyface and a heel.
Everyone knows you can't be doing cocaine with a baby face and heel.
Now, if he was doing cocaine with Hulk Hogan, no problem. No fucking problem.
Now my boy Cheeky Baby.
So I do have one more piece of dirt, and it's optional if you guys really want to hear it, but it is juicy.
I'm gonna option select into some dirt. Let's go.
So I mentioned that AEW had a leak, and from what Chris Jericho said, it was an NXT reject who was in the crowd for their taped episodes and leaked results. He was the one who leaked that Eric Bischoff was going to be the moderator. He leaked the results of the Orange Cassidy Jericho match, and he also leaked what's going to be happening on Saturday.
Oh shit! I don't know if I want to know that. No, fuck it. Hit me with it. It's dirt. Spoilers, by the way. Skip ahead.
Ask the rest of the guys, do you want to hear it?
Oh, I don't care, man. Go ahead. Leak.
Wait, are you going to spoil it or reveal who the leak is?
Mind you, they haven't revealed who the leak is. But the person who reveals this stuff anonymously leaked info on AEW.
Oh, this is Abby's livelihood. You don't want to hear it.
Son of a bitch. Let it roll. Let it roll.
Okay, so fans at home, if you don't want to hear it, skip ahead a little bit.
Earmuffs.
All right? With that being said, hashtag and new TNT champion, Brody Lee.
Oh, shit!
With assistance from the newest member of the Dark Order, Eric Rowan.
Oh, that took a set. Did anyone else get a sour shit taste in their mouth after that?
The Bludgeon Brothers are back.
I had a little bit of an upchuck.
I was up there and then I crashed down again. I feel like you ever take a taste of Diet Pepsi and it just sits on your tongue for a little too long?
Nah.
So that's the main event of Saturday's show.
So fucking mad that they brought Eric Rowan over there. It's like, hey guys, we promise we're not taking all these. Oh, Eric Rowan, come on in the back. You know what's up. Oh, you got Zack Ryder with you? Come on.
Drew, does he have the giant sledgehammer too, or no?
No, and let me pull up what he's going by.
Does he have the thing in the cage?
What's that?
Does he have that thing in the cage?
No.
No, that would be too ridiculous. Quote.
He has to be going by like Jack Thrasher or something like that.
Ooh. That's a fun game. Name your indie wrestler.
What's Eric Rowan's real name?
Trying to find out
I found it. Joseph Rude.
Yeah, Joseph Rudd. That's what he would be going by.
That's his real name.
Now, mind you, I just want to throw out there that I'm going to pull a Dave Meltzer here. After a third week of them doing this shit, there is a chance that they go back and retape some stuff. But if it happens, you know.
Well, you heard it here first.
You know what that is? That's Drew covering his tracks to make sure that you don't go, hey, he told me this is what would it. No. Allegedly, that's how it was going to go.
Well, I mean, there's someone listening and they're saying, that's such good shit. It's Vince. He loves to spoil.
I guess I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to pull it off, and I kind of hope that it leads to Cody turning heel. But you know, when you said with assistance, I'm like, and you're like Eric Rowan, and I went, oh.
I would have at least been okay with the story being like Colt Cabana finally shows that he's got like a heel side to himself, and he's the reason.
No, fuck that. More WWE rejects.
Yeah.
I just, you know what pisses me off? Shut up, Sorby. Shut up. Because this is what pisses me off. I love the show. I watch weekly. Like, AEW has brought me back to watching weekly. And No Chill Drew every once in a while goes, I cannot believe we're having conversations of fucking Scorpio Sky and the Young Bucks with you. But, like, I want to defend you, and every time I'm about to defend you, they fucking, oh, by the way, we're going to pull fucking Redbeard back to shit and bring him into this. And we're going to pretend that we are pretending that we are just hiring everyone who wants to show up for W. Like, Eric Rowan was not a good wrestler. He does not need the job.
To love AEW is to love WWE C-tier wrestlers. That's what it is.
Shut up, Swerve. Don't do this to me.
But then again, to love WWE back in the mid-2000s was to love WCW C-tier wrestlers.
And to love the WWE in the back 2000s is to love them at 2020 because that's what we keep doing is rehashing these old people.
They took the cream of the crop, so, you know. It's not like they took Roadblock and tried to make him champion like they're doing with AEW.
Did you want to go into SummerSlam now?
No, now I'm kind of... you ruined my mood.
The mood is about to change.
Just pour
That
a little
sounds like
more
some
in
shit.
your drink.
An announcer.
Pour a little more in your drink, Jeff.
That's drink number 2. I think I got to make it number 3 after that one.
Avi, are you going to make it?
I'm going to make it. I'm just fine.
It's another
Right.
hour. You know.
Let's get SummerSlam cracking, Drew. This is
So,
going on with.
This is
like
taking...
match.
What's that?
This is like a SummerSlam card here.
So this is taking place at the Amway Center. And to quote Dane Cook in Waiting, welcome to Thunderdome, bitch. Because they are doing the Thunderdome.
I don't know what they're doing with this. They're saying like it's going to be interactive fucking people like on LED screens or something.
So basically what they're
Yeah.
doing is they're doing like what the NFL draft did, where they have people in TVs behind the commissioner. Well, that's what they're doing is a large dome with LED screens of fans at home cheering them on. So it's going to sound fucking awful.
This is some Hail Hydra shit right there. Like, you know, all the members of the higher echelon are on screens behind you. But the second the good guy shows up, turn off the screen. They can't know we're here.
Everyone watching at home is just going to be watching the screens hoping to see some titties. That's all they're going to be fucking doing.
I mean, it's kind of a replacement for the signs from back in the day where you kind of ended up looking around the back, looking at all the different signs, hoping to see something dirty there.
Except now the sign is your face, and now you're swinging pipe on SummerSlam.
Hey, don't give Swerving ideas.
Hey, Sonia, what do you think?
I studied your moves, Sonia.
I think they said they're going to have 1,000, tickets to do this. They didn't see how much it's going to cost you to participate.
Oh, it's WWE SummerSlam, so you know it's probably going to be like $100 to be on a fucking screen.
Okay. Not to break the fourth wall too much, but I know Avi and I are in, technical professions. Do you think that they put the work into the infrastructure to actually handle this, or do you think it's going to be a fucking flop and they're going to ruin the Wi-Fi there immediately?
I think this is, I'm a nerd. This is already being done in other sports all over the world, so they already are just using other systems that already exist.
But none of them include the cheap motherfucker that is Vince McMahon.
But here's my question. Is this really a thing, or is this just a way to get retribution over a little bit more?
It's both.
By them just fucking breaking this thing.
Well, they're sticking with this. They're sticking with this Thunderdome for the next, I guess, indefinitely. Like every show is supposed to be from this arena.
The Amway Center?
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah, they're leaving the performance center.
Payback. We haven't even talked about this. Payback is next week.
Yeah, Payback is the week after SummerSlam.
Let that fucking settle in, gentlemen. They were talking about Bayley and Sasha defending their championships at SummerSlam, and then they also go, but by the way, the next week, Payback, they have to defend their tag team, and it's a fucking mess. Are you kidding? You have another, it would be one thing if it was out in Saudi Arabia, but I don't, really? Another pay-per-view the next week, huh? All right.
So, yeah, what I read is the agreement with that arena, because they aren't getting any business anytime soon, is they worked it out with WWE until things clear up. I guess that means indefinitely. All their major things, they're not going to be a performance center anymore.
I'm curious. I might actually tune in on SmackDown to see how this looks before SummerSlam. However, I will no doubt tune out of SmackDown as soon as they start doing anything.
Well, to start off SummerSlam, the first match we have is the Raw Tag Titles. Street Profits taking on Andrade and Angel Garza. What do we think? Let's start with Mac because he's the first on my list.
I'm gonna say only because Swervey turned me on to him. I'm gonna go with Andrade.
Oh, pause.
Pause.
Whatever. That's a pause for you, Swerve. Andrade.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Abby?
I think this it's also an Andrade win here. Nothing
Jeff?
in particular.
I honestly think they're going to give it back to the Street Profits. Montez Ford is recovering from poison, so it's his comeback.
Street Profits are the champs right now.
Yeah, they're going to win, and it's him recovering from poison is going to be their essential comeback from this. Even though they are the champions, they're going to be able to fight them off, even though Montez Ford was poisoned.
Swervey?
Come on, man. You already know, man. Andrade for the win. Let's do it.
You didn't even have to ask Swervey. Come on, man.
I will say it's a double disqualification. I'm going to say the women get involved and cause a fuck finish.
So the women get involved and then they're going to ring the bell?
Yeah, they did that like 2 weeks ago.
Jesus Christ, on SummerSlam. Okay. Yeah, why not? Fuck it. I thought, when you said double DQ, I thought you were going to somehow allude to everyone gets poisoned. But hey, whatever.
Or 2 blizzards.
And then just because we have to have our payback rematch.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Convenient.
There must be a winner inside the steel cage.
Except not, because, Hell in a Cell.
Oh, shit. Next match we have on the docket, Drew McIntyre defending against Randy Orton.
This is probably closing out the night, right?
Oh, no, probably the Fiend and Braun Strowman would be the headliner.
All right. What do you think, Drew? Start with you.
Oh, start with me? Yeah, I'm going to say Drew McIntyre wins this. Sorry. Just by the fact that I think that they want to wait until fans are back in to do any changes just because, fuck it, they already invested the time in them.
I don't know. I'm not saying he's dropping the belt. He's 100% not dropping the belt. But how do you make Orton still look strong when he is obviously the heel against Edge? But at the same time, not make McIntyre not even look weak, but look like a bitch.
You have Edge plus Randy Orton in the match.
But I don't think is Edge healthy.
It doesn't matter. All he has to do is just cause a distraction. He doesn't have to do anything physical. All he has to do is just play his music for all you know. And Randy Orton gets distracted, turns around, gets Claymore.
Okay, I'll buy that as a finish. I just didn't see Orton taking the 1, 2, 3.
I mean, that way he could say that it wasn't clean because, Edge interfered, and that way he keeps some of his steam. Drew McIntyre keeps his belt. There you go.
All right, I'm going. There you go.
No, I'm sorry. I was asking who you picked.
Yeah, McIntyre.
Abby?
So I've been actually kind of following this one since it's been going on. I actually am picking Randy to take the title in this one.
Wow.
I think he's had a really good run these last couple months, and I've been following a lot of the promos and the discussions and how they kind of been setting this up. I'm just feeling Randy actually taking the title on this one.
Okay. Jeff?
I think also that Randy is going to give the title on this one for a couple reasons for this. First off, I think they kind of hinted at it when Ric Flair says, "I hope you beat my record," and I almost feel like they're kind of going, "Yeah, see, we're going to give him one more on the numbers." But I also think that Randy's going to get it because, again, I feel like WWE is feeling the heat, just like AEW is, where they're going, "Okay, we can't keep fucking treading water at this point. It's been months. We need to start pulling the trigger on some things and actually do something about it." I know everyone wants to just kind of sit there and hope for the best and hope that everything's going to go away. But you can't do that anymore because no one's fucking tuning in for this shit. So if you start changing some things, really showing some changes, I think that might be where they're starting. Because I feel that they're probably disappointed with Drew McIntyre like everyone else is. And I think that's where they're going to start with. Now, is Randy Orton the best idea ever to have the championship? No, of course not. But, at the same time, it's a change, and they can at least put Randy to work. Put him to work. He's going to do it. Especially when he's got a belt around him, that he's going to actually put the work in and do what he's been doing so far.
Then we have Swervy. What do you pick?
Drew McIntyre will win, and I also think this is going to close out SummerSlam. No way that Braun Strowman and Fiend are going last.
Really? All right.
All right. Then the next match that we have is Apollo Crews versus MVP for the United States Championship. Lashley and Shelton Benjamin are banned from ringside. Let's start with Swervy.
I am really confused in this whole thing, but I'm going to pick Apollo Crews.
All right. Mac?
Yeah, Apollo Crews. I mean, I'm confused too, man. This, whatever keeps Underground going, and those things running it. If this helps, then whatever. I'm for that. Whatever helps. But Apollo Crews.
Nia Jax showing up because she wants to hurt bitches might be the way they go, but hey, whatever. I had to get one more in, man. I'm sorry. I had to get one more in.
No, you are sorry, man.
Avi, what do you think?
I think Apollo Crews. I think that the building up of MVP and the crew, they don't quite get this title yet. I think it just keeps the storyline going longer, and at least it keeps building them up more.
All right, Jeff, what do you think?
Honestly, I don't know enough about MVP. Like, this is the first time I've heard of him coming back here. I don't know anything about him, so I'm gonna go probably Apollo Crews. I think they put a little bit more stock in him, and they're trying to keep Crews on their ticket. I don't know why, because obviously they don't want to work with him that much. But they finally gave him the United States Championship, and I feel like they want to just kind of keep him happy and keep him going. So they're going to keep it on Crews.
All right, and I will say that MVP wins this one with some shenanigans. That way they can have a rematch at Payback.
Jesus
Obviously,
Christ.
they can't have a rematch if Apollo Crews wins again.
Is it a new pay-per-view if it's literally just a fucking repeat? Because that's dumb.
That's a WWE pay-per-view.
Oh, God
But it's
damn it.
easiest booking.
Yeah.
You could have a retread if Apollo wins. I mean, if he can just claim that he didn't have the guys at his side, he deserves to have them there.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think that they'll probably play some music or something and Apollo Crews will be distracted. They'll do the same fucking thing twice. It's WWE. You don't fucking know.
I think that Silk the Shocker will come out because, he does MVP music anyway.
I thought you said Shockmaster for a second.
He only said that to get a rise out of me, man. Free C Murder, man.
Is Silk even around?
Hey, as long as that theme music playing, he's still getting a check.
Silk the Shocker is around. He's a venture capitalist. He's doing other things now. And that's real. He's doing other stuff now.
You guys hang out?
They always get on me saying, "Oh, you live next door to that person." Fuck, you just gave me his fucking Wikipedia page.
He was on a video talking what he was doing in real life.
Oh, he likes steak and eggs in the morning. Saturdays, he likes to hang out with the family. He always go to brunch on Sundays.
Drew, if you sit here and tell me that, I don't know, the lead singer from Seether is getting a fucking in-ground pool put in, I'm not going to, denounce your claim. You may know.
But you're going to...
Mac, I love your vain attempts to just throwing out, like, mid-2000s rock bands since Salt Drew.
I'm just trapped.
Every time I'm like, he just missed a shot by about 15 years.
I mean, I only say it because I know who they are. That's all.
Speaking of mid-2000s bands that you see Trap trying to play at Sturgis when they had their bike rally there a few weeks ago.
You need to stop reminding me that they're a band. Like, they're not. It's a joke.
I'm proud of them. What's that?
Crowd was humongous.
I'm proud of them for doing a socially distanced concert at Sturgis.
Yeah, has he apologized for that yet? Chris Jericho, fucking idiot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about that, but yeah, Trapped had 6 people in the crowd for their concert at Sturgis.
Somebody else, though.
Chris Jericho, though, he had a full-blown fucking concert a few weeks ago with Fozzy.
Jesus, man. Just when you think, like, hey, AEW, you're doing things right when it comes to social distancing, one of your top stars says, yeah, that's good and all, but fuck it. Let's get it all infected.
It was at Sturgis, so, you never know. It's like, hey, I could catch COVID, but there's worse things to catch here.
Yeah, I was going to ask if it was in Florida.
That's the place where Royal Wild took place, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Or Wild, whatever they called it.
It was Hog Wild the first year, and then Road Wild every year after that.
Fuck, that's a poll.
The next match that we have is Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville, hair versus hair.
I think this is a no-brainer.
Yeah, let's start with Swervy.
So, yeah, she's gonna cut her hair so she can,
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I didn't catch that.
I said she's gonna cut her hair so she can, fit more into her character.
That's who you said, like who you said.
He said
Sonya. She's gonna get her hair cut.
Okay. Mac?
Who cares? Next.
Okay. Abby?
I think Mandy's losing her hair.
Wow.
She going bald like Roman? Or...
He's pushing. You just keep pushing that, buddy. You keep pushing. You live that dream.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like she already tested it with the hair cut story from the other day. Might as well go through do the whole thing.
And
yeah.
I believe that Sonya Deville is going to be the bald one after this because I feel like all they got to do is look at the two and say, okay, Mandy's just a little bit prettier, so we can't cut her hair. Let's go ahead and sacrifice this bitch's hair. Let's go.
There you go, Drew. There you go.
Yeah, I got to say, I mean, the MMA fighter who, can tell you what a carpet tastes like.
Mandy can tell you too, twisted, but she just doesn't play it all the way.
Okay. True. But yeah, I'm gonna say that Sonya Deville's getting her haircut. But you know what? Here's the question though: Are they gonna go full on haircut like Kurt Angle, Or are they gonna Jeff Jarrett it, where she just gets like a pixie cut, like
I think
one of those?
she's gonna just do what Vince McMahon did, come out with a do rag on next week.
Oh Jesus Christ! So do you think she's gonna go fully bald, or is she gonna get the Seattle special?
Nah, she won't go fully bald, but she'll definitely get one of those, whatever you saw in
Sure.
Van Damme's early movies.
A fucking flat top.
One of his opponents.
The GI Jane.
Yeah, I thought you meant the Rob Van Dam minus the ponytail. Sides cut off.
The mullet. Okay, next thing that we have is Sasha Banks versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship.
Should we just kind of cover both Bayley and Sasha Banks at the same time, given
Sure.
the fact that it's Asuka? I feel.
Sure. So we'll start with you then.
Oh, you go.
I'm really both ways on this one, but I would like to see Asuka win it and unify the belts, because I feel like if anyone deserves it, it's going to be her. And I feel like when she got it at Money in the Bank, it wasn't good enough, But if she wins both belts, she gets what she deserves for being that hard worker all the time on Raw. And especially with Kairi Sane leaving, I feel like they really want to try and keep her where she belongs here on Raw, doing the money there. So I'd like to see that. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they do the other route, and that's, one of them, she wins, and then that causes the rift between them. But I'm going Asuka for both championships to be two-belt Asuka, if you will.
Both champions will retain. Next.
Oh,
damn.
Avi, how about you?
I'm kind of feeling that Asuka beats Sasha, but loses to Bayley, which will just breed the storyline of the jealousy of one of those two having a title and the other one doesn't.
Yeah, the obvious peanut butter and jelly storyline that you already know is coming.
Swerve, how about you?
I think Asuka will first lose to Sasha, and there will be a shorter match, the shorter match of the two. She will lose because Bayley will come out to assist her via distraction or whatever, and then Asuka versus Bayley would be the longer match of the two, but Sasha will fail to save Bayley.
I really like that. If I had, like I said, I like Asuka two belts in this scenario, but if I had to go the opposite route, I think that's a fantastic way to do it, because we've all been staring at Sasha going, come on, turn on her. Let's go. Let's do this. And that's a good way to do it,
So I'm going to say that, but reversed. I'm going to say that Bayley wins the first match with Sasha's help, and then Sasha loses because Bayley either is just too tired to help or just fucks it up, and that's going to lead to some dissent.
Before we go to the next match, match placement, and that'll tell you everything you need to know.
Yes, I agree with that. Obviously, on Wikipedia, the match placement's all over the place since they don't really know the match card, and it's always subject to change. But yeah, it's going to really depend on the match placement. The next match that we have is Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins in a street fight.
Custody.
Custody of Eddie Guerrero's ashes.
I would love a custody match for a 23-year-old child. I own you now.
Mac, we'll start with you.
I'm still sticking with it, man. He'll turn. Dominic will turn on his daddy.
Okay, ass daddy.
Where were you when I got my ass beat? I know you got one eye Willie. Where are you? I think he's turning on his dad joining Seth. And I think that I think that beating was the initiation into the Rollins game.
All right, Abby, how about you?
I would normally call this the preview show match that no one should really pay attention to. I don't get the point of this storyline whatsoever. I mean, Dominic has no reason to be in a wrestling ring the way he looks and how green he is. So I'm just assuming it would be just a straight up Seth squash match. But I kind of feel that story you talked about, how he might turn on his dad. But I guess I'm kind of leaning towards just a straight up squash match. Murphy goes out and beats up Ray, and then Seth goes for Dominic's eye.
Fuck it,
That
he's
could
got
work.
a collection going now.
He's like Kane and see no evil.
Oh, fuck no, don't do that to me.
What about you, Jeff?
I also agree that fucking Dominic does not have a place in the fucking match. And he is a stretch when it comes to being a wrestler. He doesn't have the body for it. He doesn't have the technique for it. He hasn't shown anything to make me feel like he's a wrestler. But I think they're just going to beat the shit out of him and just leave him for dead. Because he needs to go back to the Performance Center. And by that, I mean actually training. Because he needs to beef up a little bit more. He needs to do something more than being Rey Mysterio's little child. Even though he's taller than Rey Mysterio, he needs to fucking go. This was a big waste of time, no matter how you look at it.
Swerve, how about you?
I think Seth is going to beat the custody out of him.
Damn it, that's good.
I want to take another take on this. I am going to say Seth Rollins wins after Rey Mysterio turns on Dominic. And I'm going to say that Rey Mysterio is upset at the fact that he got no assistance when Seth injured his eye. And he's kind of like, bitter at the fact that Dominic is now trying to steal his spotlight. Maybe he's looking at the fact that he's aged. He's not really in the spotlight anymore. And this is going to lead to Rey Mysterio against Dominic and a custody of, just being an adult, I guess.
Two things on that, Drew, if you don't mind. Saying Rey Mysterio's aged is a fucking downplay. Boy, is he aged. It's time for him to go. Second, when you said that you were going to do a different take on it, I was kind of hoping that you were going to say that Dominic was going to lose due to interference from Eddie Guerrero back from the grave.
They get a fucking hologram.
I mean, we've already talked about all these other. Most of the radicals are coming back to life on this pay-per-view, is what I'm saying.
It's Moppy.
I wouldn't mind a Dean Malenko, pull apart.
I was just gonna say, stop that sentence there. You know damn well you'd mind a Dean Malenko anything.
So Dean Malenko would do a pull apart, except he's dead to Vince. So.
Oh, that's right. He's on the AEW staff, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does he do there again?
Pull aparts.
Fuck. Softball. All right.
Drew, I like the idea of Ray turning on him, but that just means we have to suffer through yet another storyline and another match with Dominic being on TV.
Thank you. I like the idea because at least it would be crazy and stupid, but like, I don't know. I just want to hear someone say, hey, I'm your poppy.
I like how we just left out fucking Saturn. Like, nobody wants to see Saturn back. Saturn with his fucking mop.
I take Saturn over fucking Dean Malenko.
Whoa. No way, man.
You watch your goddamn mouth.
You better take that back.
Not happening.
And then we have the main event of this match, no matter what anyone on this podcast says. Braun Strowman defending against the Fiend Bray Wyatt with Alexa Bliss somewhere in the...
He says that having seen the past two matches with Braun Strowman and Bray, but you don't know better by now.
You called him bald Strowman?
No, I said Braun Strowman.
Oh, I thought it was
He's
bald.
bald though.
Okay.
Just like Roman.
Right. I'll go first. I'm almost at the who cares point. I mean, it's not that I hate the hate comes from Braun Strowman. It's just like they've mishandled Bray Wyatt so bad with this. I hope Bray wins, but I doubt it. But my pick is Bray.
All right. What about let's say Abby?
I'm torn on it as well. I just think that the Braun experiment hasn't been successful at all at this point. His like light character change to just be yelling all the time isn't going to bring fans to support him being a champion. So I'm kind of resigned to this going back on the Fiend and then them doing something to this ruin him again with a pointless loss to Goldberg.
Damn. Yo, Sorvy, your voice changed for a little bit there, buddy.
Because I was thinking in the back of my head, which old timer is Fiend gonna lose to once he gets it back? Might be Sting, never know.
Oh God.
What do you say, Swerve, about this match?
I think that they are gonna give it to Bray because he's, been kind of humiliated a couple times already, so they got to pay off on it now, or else they're not going to do it at all. And I don't want to see this match again after this.
Well, how about you?
I also think they're going to give it back to Bray, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be disappointed no matter what. And I think we can all agree on that. I'm still mad. Every time I'm on this podcast, I have to look Swervy in the eye, or in this case, via Skype, that man, I wish you weren't so goddamn right on that whole situation with the Fiend. Because
you win some, you lose most.
It's just, you know what? WWE thinks that I'm gonna forget about what they did with him and Goldberg, and I'm never gonna forget. To this day, I still find that to be the biggest mishandling that they've done in recent years. I don't know if anyone else can top that, but man, did they shit all over that. I feel like he was the biggest botch that they had when they actually had a potential character to kind of build up, and then they just shit on him because Goldberg wanted to look good for his son again.
His weird shirtless son.
Ugh. Does anyone else think of any other character that was, in more recent years, the biggest letdown, the biggest mishandling from WWE?
How much time do you have? I mean, Roman as a possible heel turn. Seth Rollins, anything. Drew McIntyre. The Fiend.
Listen, they're all bad, but I feel like the Fiend was the one that hurt the most because the Fiend was the one that had the most potential.
I do feel that the Fiend is going to win this one, and Alexa Bliss will somehow get involved and have Braun Strowman lose. And I don't know if she's going to be Sister Abigail or just, Caddy. I don't know.
I hope that they do something good with Retribution during this pay-per-view, but I already know that they won't.
SummerSlam Underground, baby. I'm calling it.
Oh, fuck. Shane O'Mac catching those checks.
I mean, on the flip side, we can all be
stars.
What was that, Abby?
On the flip side, we can all be excited for the exact same matches repeating themselves the following week.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really no point to even watch SummerSlam. You might as well just wait 1 week and watch that one. That's like the other week.
It's cheating.
All right,
All
guys.
right.
So
Do we have anything else?
Yeah.
Do we have a question
No.
from Abby? Oh no, he's on the show.
Check that fucking email. Let's see.
Did I submit one today? I don't remember. I don't think so.
Well,
Hey, shout out to Buff Bagwell for not making it today.
Bobby Buff Bagwell. We can't get sued.
Well, shout out to Buff Bagwell for also not making it.
How is he not sued? I mean, he has the guy's entire name.
The Bobby makes it different, 10% different.
The bet's kind of distinct, legally distinct.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and hit this extra super duper long outro for the SummerSlam prediction show. My name is Total Mac, aka TVD Mac, aka Sick Flair, with Swervy Lee, aka Two Sub Swerve, aka Swervy Atmos, aka Swollen Pow, FKA Yoko Tuna. Also with No Chill Drew, aka EGB, aka the Applebee's Don, aka. And as always, guests, not really, but more so family and contributors. Uwap Jeff, and also who did not get an intro because he came in late as hell. No, I'm just kidding. Is our guy, Abby, the avid listener.
Fuck you, I'm right here.
Gentlemen, it was a pleasure. I won't be watching SummerSlam. I won't be watching Dynamite. I won't be watching SmackDown. I won't be watching Raw. I'll catch up on it.
Give us another reason why they should tune into this podcast.
I was just gonna say, damn.
Yeah, you better go massage that subscribe button.
That's right, baby.
Everyone share this out tonight when it goes live on Twitter, please.
Yep, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. We will see y'all next week where we will talk about everything that happened in the wrestling world this past week. It's going to be a pivoter because I feel like the right moves has to be made in order for AEW to go in the right direction, in order for WWE to create more separation in the race that is who has the better company. So I'm excited.
All right.
All right, y'all. Well, just like a newborn, we out this bitch. Deuces.